In the NBA, we have some good divisions, but I believe that the division that we are going to discuss today is potentially the roughest division. You have the Houston Rockets, you have the Memphis Grizzlies, the Dallas Mavericks, the San Antonio Spurs, and Zion and the New Orleans Pelicans. And this is the Southwest Division. This show is brought to you by Splashsports, but Chill and Mars, talk to me about how you guys feel about the Southwest Division. Is it the toughest division?
I don't know if it's the toughest division. I mean, I think that Central Division with the Cavs and Detroit and Milwaukee is pretty difficult to deal with. The Mountain Division, the Northwest Division, the Northwest Division with Minnesota and Oklahoma City and Denver and the Trailblazers, that's going to be a really tough division. But sure, Ron. I mean, the Southwest Division is serious. I think Dallas is the best team in that division, but we'll get to that.
How do you feel about it, Mars?
Can't hear you, Mars. Can't hear you, Mars.
But yeah, Chill. My only counter to that is the Northwest Division is tough. Definitely. I just believe it's top heavy. And when I look at the bottom teams, like you're higher on the Blazers than I am. The Jazz, we don't even got to discuss the Jazz. But in this division, with the Grizzlies as the fourth best team, that's still a playoff team last year. Some people will say, okay, they lost Desmond Bane. Understandable. But it's still a playoff team from last year. You still got Ja, you still got Jaren, you still got a bunch of young pieces.
Yep.
And then with the last team, the Pelicans, now they may not be a playoff team.
Yep.
But when you factor in Zion Williamson, Jordan Poole, and the other pieces they got over there, I think if we go through all the teams in the NBA and look at the worst team in the division, they'll probably be the best of the worst.
Which I won't say I won't totally disagree with that, but number one, Ron, the Northwest Division, one, you got the defending NBA champ in that division. That's number one. Number two, you got a team that could win the NBA championship in that division in the Denver Nuggets. Number three, and I am higher. I am a lot higher on the Portland Trailblazers. But number three, the Minnesota Timberwolves was just in the Western Conference Championship last year. So you got the defending NBA champion. You got a team who could win the NBA championship in that division, and a team that was in the Western Conference Championship last year, and a team that I think is Sacramento from years ago, from Sacramento to Houston. I don't think that don't I'm not going to say don't quote me on this, Moss. Quote me on this. I'm not saying that Portland is Sacramento, but I do think that they're that next team. Like, I didn't think that Houston would be a top 3 seed. I did not think that they would be that good. I'm not going to sit here and say that I thought they would be that good. But I do think I think the Trailblazers are the next team up that can be really good this season, and they could surprise some people.
Are they better than Memphis?
I do think that they are, yes. Yes, I think that they are. I feel like defensively, as good as, well, first of all, Memphis is starting out the season with some guys banged up. Brandon Clark's going to be out of the lineup. Zach Edey is going to be in and out of the lineup. Ja just rolled his ankle. So I already know who Ja is in terms of health. I kind of expect that from him. And on top of that, they've rolled in the past without Ja in the lineup. So I kind of expect not to see Ja as much. And I don't think that that's as big of a deal. Losing Scoot is a big deal for me because I expected a lot from Scoot this season. I know how Moss feels about him, but I expected a lot from Scoot this season. And I think that this Trailblazer team, their front line in particular, is put together really well. So I think that they're going to be able to score a lot of points. I think defensively, they're going to be able to hold a lot of people down. I do think that they're better than Memphis.
Mars, how you feel about the Southwest? Obviously, you have invested. Talk again?
You can hear me? You can hear me?
Oh, yeah, you good. You good.
There we go. Hello, guys.
Chat, throw the thumbs up if you could hear Morris. But go ahead.
I think this is an interesting division. I think it might be a division with some of the most question marks. I think Houston probably are the best team in the division. But I think they have two teams in Dallas and Houston that both have a real shot. This is kind of just the Texas division, like Memphis and New Orleans, with all due respect. Don't really view them as doing much in the division. But they
Are
have
they
three
the
Texas teams that are really intriguing. So
are they the Memphis and New Orleans? Are they the fifth and the sixth MVP candidate? Like they got 1 or 2 votes. Like this really comes down to
yeah, like I guess you could say they in the conversation. Like I
that's what I'm
guess,
talking.
but
That's what I'm thinking.
they like Memphis is interesting because like they're just going through an injury crisis before the season even starts, so it's tough for them. But I do think they're a tough team to beat, regular season setting. New Orleans, I'm very intrigued about, but I don't have the highest hopes for them in terms of what they're going to do.
Yep.
Houston, I think, are going to be a really good regular season team. I have my questions about them in the playoffs because of the loss of Fred.
Yep.
And Dallas is a team that I don't know what they're going to look like in the regular season because they're not going to have Kyrie for a large portion of it. But if they are fully whole come playoff time with Kyrie, with AD, with Cooper Flag, if he is everything that people say he's going to be, I can see them being a legitimate contender. So like this conference, no, this division, and then obviously Wemby and the Spurs. There's always going to be questions about what can Wemby do year 3. So it's just a division that I think has a lot of questions. Where if everything goes right, you've got 2 legitimate contenders, another really exciting team, and then you've got teams that are tough to beat in New Orleans and Memphis. And then if everything goes wrong, you've kind of only got one playoff team in Houston because maybe AD goes down in the regular season and he's not whole and then they miss the playoffs or whatever. So there's a big discrepancy between best case scenario and worst case scenario, in my opinion.
Could you see 4 teams in this division making the playoffs? That 4th team including Memphis?
No.
Nah.
I think that would mean there would have to be an injury crisis in the West.
So y'all think Memphis is cooked?
No, I just think we go through this every time we talk about the West. Like the West is just, we just went through the Pacific Division and we all agreed that they're going to have at least 2 teams in the playoffs and probably 3 if you include Golden State.
The Lakers and the Clippers.
Then we're going to have to talk about, what is it? Is it the Northwest?
Yes, it's the Northwest, yeah.
Like they have OKC,
three.
Denver, and Minnesota. So that's 3 teams. Right so we've got 6 teams established. Golden State,
this
LA,
is crazy.
Golden State, 2 LA teams, and the 3 Northwest teams. Pretty much everyone agrees they're going to be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You can't then fit 4 of these teams in the playoffs. It doesn't add up logistically. It's tough.
And the Southwest Division that we're talking about, Ron. I mean, we could get 3 teams, all 3 Texas teams in the playoffs. That could happen.
That could,
and that could very well happen. And now we leave in Memphis on the outside looking in. So what I wanted to ask you, Miles, because you talked about there's a lot of questions. Stylistically, what about Dallas? Let me rephrase that. What about Houston do you like more than Dallas?
I just think there's less question marks in terms of how they're going to play and who's going to be there on a consistent basis. I think they've shown that with the current unit they have, the young guys, and the way they play, it's going to work in the regular season and get them wins, whether that's through their defense, through their rebounding, wherever the case may be. Whereas with Dallas, I got a lot more questions about how their offense is going to look, the continuity between AD and him he's apparently going to be in the Domantas Sabonis role, which I don't know how that's going to look. Is Cooper Flag going to be ready to contribute offensively right away? Now, they just have more question marks for me offensively, and then they have more injury concerns, whether that be Kyrie actually not playing right now, or Anthony Davis being the injury risk that he is. So it's just more questions that I think the floor for Dallas in the regular season might be lower. But if everything does go right, you have a healthy Kyrie, a healthy Anthony Davis. I would say that's 2 top 20 players in the NBA. That's just my opinion. I don't know how people feel about that. And then you pair that with Jason Kidd, who I think is a really good, at least defensive coach. That's the makings of a really tough team to beat. So I don't know. It's just a lot of questions in Dallas.
With your questions, which are fair, I'm not going to argue that point. I think your questions are fair, but I think that stylistically with this Dallas team, and I think I've said this to you in the past, I think defensively, the issues that were in the past, I think aren't there anymore. I think Cooper Flag gives them, even though he's as young as he is, I think he gives them a dynamic that they didn't have. I think he gives them another roamer. I think he gives them another rebounder to stop plays that they didn't have. I think that really helps. Adding Max Christie to the crew and as an energy guy, especially on defense, because I think that's what's going to be, I think that's what this team is going to be predicated on. Offensively, I'm not really that concerned because I've seen D'Angelo Russell operate in offenses. I don't think he's as bad as Ox thinks he is. I think he's a lot better than you give him credit for, particularly running with a guy like Anthony Davis. I think Anthony Davis operates really well on the left block as opposed to the right block. I don't love him in double teams, but I do love him one-on-one. I think that I think that Lively in terms of short roll and pick and dive, I think he's going to be really good in this offense. And I love the fact that Jason Kidd is going to give Cooper Flag the ball. And I think that they can go with really big lineups. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lineup of Flag, Clay, Davis, Lively, Gafford. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lineup like that. That would, and I know that sounds nuts, Mars. I know it.
One more time, Chill. What's the lineup?
The lineup is Flag, Thomas, Flag, Clay, Davis, Gafford, Lively. I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Kidd went with a lineup like that. Yes, I would not be surprised.
That's got to be situational. That's got to be situational to get, but to like get a rebound at the end of the game or something. They can't. And even then,
let Clay run the point.
We're gonna put Coop on the ball. That's what we're gonna do.
And AD at the 2.
You're missing.
Okay.
Clay, you gotta shoot. It's 2025. You gotta be able to shoot.
And that's what Clay out there for. That's what we got Clay for.
Wait, but that means you sag on 3 of the 5 players on the court.
Yeah. So if you're sagging off this, so if you sagging off, wait a minute. Let's not act like we got to shoot the long ball. We don't just have to shoot the long ball.
You're gonna lose if you don't shoot the long ball. The NBA today shows that if you cannot shoot, you do not win.
Which is fair. Okay, now I'm not saying we're playing this lineup the entire night. Hell no, we're not doing that. No, but I think
but to his point, it's situational. I'm just agreeing. It's exactly situational. You need it's a free throw. You need a box out. Put that in. But if you play that up and down 5-10 minutes, you're gonna get dragged. Depending on who you play.
It depends on the opponent.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And that's what I mean because I've seen Mars and I had this conversation. We watched the Bulls go with Drummond, and we watched the Bulls go with Drummond, Vooch when they played against Houston with the big lineup. Look at the
team you're talking about right now. You said the Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where
the Bulls? Respect the
Bulls. But here's the difference. And I'm just thinking. No, that's not true. I'm thinking about the lineup, and I'm thinking about the problems that it created. And they created a lot of problems for Houston at that particular time for a stretch in the game. And I'm thinking about that lineup.
You're talking about when James Harden was leading the helm in Houston when they was pretty much had PJ Tucker.
Vucevic can shoot, so there is that. Vucevic can shoot,
and so can Anthony Davis. He might not be a knockdown long ball shooter, but he can knock down a mid range shot. He can definitely stretch the defense 15 to 18 feet. Yeah, so I don't hate that lineup for a stretch. I don't.
Right. Sure. We talked about big lineups with Dallas. I believe it was this weekend on Chill with Chill. And I think they have a lot of different variations of big lineups they can do. That particular one, I think, is very situational, let's get this rebound. But I mean, I don't want to harp on that particular lineup and nitpick too much, but I'm with you on the fact that they have a bunch of different variations of big lineups. You know what I mean? But I think when you go that route, I think you got to have something with Najee in there, PJ, PJ and Coop together. I could see them at the 2 and 3 for a couple minutes. You know what I mean? With AD, Gafford or Lively, and then D'Lo or something like that. Like there's a lot of options with this lineup for sure. The
issues I see with the Mavs, to jump in real quick, and I'm sorry for jumping on a little late.
No.
The Mavs without D'Lo, I don't want to say without, he's not the only one, but who's their shot creator? Like, it's 4 seconds, 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Give me the rock. I mean, AD got that mid post turnaround jab, almost similar to Embiid, but outside of that, and that's not always going to be there, depending on how they play or how they pressure. So who's going to create shots for them in like clutch time before Kyrie get back? And even when Kyrie comes back, do you want to just throw him in the, in the fire, quote unquote, to do that? So back to what y'all were saying earlier about Houston or Dallas. Houston has an identity. Behind Ime, you know exactly what you're going to get. And then on top of all that, you're going to get KD. That can give you a bucket.
As a bucket getter, sure.
Absolutely. And a phone booth and in a pool, don't matter where he at, he gonna get a bucket.
And I think that's what I think Dallas's identity, well, Houston's identity more than anything, I thought was defense. I thought that was their identity. So now what they're doing is they adding KD to that lineup, and KD ain't no slouch on defense. And I do think even at his advanced age, he's gonna help them. No doubt about that. I think he is. But with that being said, I think that's going to be Dallas's sole identity. I think that's who they're going to be. I think everything that they do is going to be predicated on them stopping teams and getting out in transition and getting Gafford as a rim runner, getting Lively as a rim runner, Davis as a rim runner. I think that's going to be their identity. Now, when the game slows down, I mean, I've seen D'Angelo Russell be able to get you a bucket. I've seen D'Angelo Russell be able to handle the basketball in transition or even in the half court. He did that when he was in Minnesota. He's not the best passer, but I think he's a decent enough passer where our offense doesn't become completely stagnant for an entire game, right? We may have stretches, but I think even the best offenses in the league have stretches where you guys can't hit a shot. But I do think that you have a competent enough ball handler in D'Angelo Russell that you can get these other guys involved offensively.
I agree that they're not completely toast without Kyrie because they got D'Angelo Russell. And I also think they got Najee. I think he can help speed it up. You know what I mean? Also Coop. I think what we saw in that summer league game, I don't think that's indicative of how Coop's going to play bringing the ball up. You know what I mean? When you got that their full roster out there, the ability to space the floor out where everybody can't just focus and harass him while he's dribbling the ball, I think the game's going to open up a lot more. I will say that without Kyrie, I'm still a little concerned. I had Dallas a lot higher, and then when Kyrie went down with the knee, and even though that was before they even drafted Coop, you know what I mean? I'm really concerned. I'm like you said a minute ago, Chill. I'm just really low on D'Lo, but I think he can hold it down for a couple months. But when Kyrie comes and then they got both of them, I just think that's just gonna change everything. I think Dallas is gonna be incredible when Kyrie comes around. I just don't know when that's gonna be. I mean, I saw a report that he was saying there's no timeline, so I guess maybe he's just not trying to put a date on it. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
I'm not as high on them without Kyrie. It's like them and Houston. I've lost a little hope in both of those teams.
So staying right here with Dallas, since we own them, obviously, you know, there's some questions, injury concerns. We've highlighted that, but I still want to know what you guys' expectations. And I know it's hard to gauge, but what do you expect from Dallas? I can't say fully healthy because we don't know. I can't say if it's as is because they might get healthier. But as of right now, knowing what you know, what do you think Dallas is going to be?
Man,
Chill.
So with me, I think that they're good enough to get to the NBA championship. I do. I think that they're going to be a team that, again, they're going to be predicated on defense. I think their offense eventually is going to come around. I think guys like Max Christie, who's an energy guy, I think he's going to give them something off the bench that a lot of other teams don't have, both offensively and defensively. I think he can knock down an open shot. Clay is still viable. To Mars's point about Clay being washed, Clay isn't 2018, 2019 Clay. Clay isn't 2020 Clay, right? I do agree with that in the aspect of Clay not being what he used to be, but I still think he's dangerous enough. As a floor spacer to keep defenses honest. And if you got a guy who can keep defenses honest, like Klay Thompson still can, I think that your offense is going to be viable. I like operating AD on the left block. With operating AD on the left block, getting some one-on-one coverages, I think that he could get busy in that aspect. I'd like to see him operate with D'Angelo Russell a little bit more in that pick and roll and that pick and dive. I definitely think that that's going to go on between both him and Derek Lively, who's really good in the short roll, and I didn't give him enough credit for that. And I think that's going to work. I also think that when Anthony Davis draws double teams, I think that he's going to be really good in short passes and dumps. I think that they're going to control the glass with the big lineups that they have. I think that this team can be good enough, Ron, to get to the NBA championship.
Good. What you think, Mars?
In the regular season, I think there'll be a 7-8 seed. If they get Kyrie back and they avoid OKC in the first round, I could see them going on a run. I don't want to say avoid OKC. I do think they could give OKC some problems. I think they'll lose, but I think they could cause some problems. But yeah, if they get some favorable matchups as a 7-8, so a play-in team, I think they could go on a run.
Real quick,
probably losing the conference finals, but
real quick, what's all this Maxi Christie talk? You mentioned Maxi Christie.
I like
Max Christie.
I know.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, they got Caleb Martin, who's gonna play over him.
Yes.
Najee Marshall, who's
Oh,
gonna play over him.
I forgot about Caleb.
Yes, they do.
Who's
have
gonna play
Caleb
over him?
Martin.
And you forgot somebody else who Jason Kidd loves, Dante Exum.
Who?
All three of them, Dante Exum playing over him too.
No way, Dante playing over Max.
I guarantee you. Did you see how he played before he got hurt? He plays defense. You gotta forget that's a number 3, that's a top 3 pick back in the day.
Yep.
And that boy, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, he's gonna play over him too. Just watch this numbers last year.
I think
that's a good problem. That's a good problem to have. Then that's a good problem to have.
Yes, they got to your point. That sounds like we got 9-10 guys. That's what that sounds like to me. And
they really do though, Chill.
They've got a lot of options outside of shot creation.
We didn't even mention Jaden Hardy too. I'm not saying he's going to start or anything like that, but
for good reason. But yeah,
he's somebody on that bench.
I prefer Brandon Williams, but yeah, it's just
him too though, Morris.
Yeah, Brandon Williams, in my opinion, like you got D'Lo and then Brandon Williams. That's their 2 best shot creators, in my opinion.
But you got Jaden Hardy. Jaden Hardy's kind of like that.
Jaden Hardy, he can do that. It's just the issue is the defense is not great, and offensively he's still very limited. He can create, but it's not ideal. So I like Dallas's team outside of their ability to consistently create on the perimeter. And I just think when you're only like in the playoffs, they're going to rely on Kyrie to do pretty much all of that. And that's Kyrie at 34 coming off an ACL. Like that's a lot of burden to put on someone at 6'2", who's never really shown the ability to do that at the level that Dallas are going to ask of him. To now do it after a career-altering injury at that age, that's a tough thing to rely on to get to where you want to go. But I do think they're a tough team to beat because of all the depth they have. Like when you say Gafford, Lively, AD, that's one of the best 3-man center rotations, power forward center rotations in the NBA. Then you go to their like bigger wings. You got PJ, Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall is someone I love. I love when they got Najee last year. I was singing his praises. I think he provides a lot as a ball handler and playmaker and all of that type of stuff. Really good floater as well, even though it looks ugly. And then I think Max Christie is cool. Like I don't know how much he's gonna play. I think he's cool. So like they got a lot of depth. It's just the biggest hole is also one of the most important roles that an NBA team requires, which is perimeter shot creation. And they kind of lack that in abundance right now. So that's
I think because you brought up I brought up Max Christie, but I mean I think when we talk about guys like Max Christie,
and
rotation guys,
sorry.
Yeah. When we talk about these guys, I think a lot of times y'all expect these dudes, like when I bring them up, y'all expect these dudes to be as awesome as everybody else. There's a reason why I'm a rotation player, because I'm not as good as the guy in front of me. Or I don't give you what the guy in front of me is giving you. I'm giving you something else. That doesn't mean that I got to average 30. That doesn't mean that I got to average 10 rebounds, but I can give you something that's legit in order for us to be viable. And I think that Max Christie, as an energy guy and a defender, to your point, when you talk about Dante Exum may be a better basketball player, but what does he give? What does he provide for this group? What does he provide for this group more than what Max Christie does? Because Max Christie, he got that too. Max Christie definitely has that too. Max Christie,
he's not a better basketball player too.
I'm not arguing that point. That point,
I'm saying Dante's not. Dante's not a better basketball player than Max Christie.
I think Dante is a better basketball player. I think Max is better suited in his role as a 3-and-D. Like I think Max is a better on-ball defender.
Dante plays some games. He barely played last year, so I don't know where he's at physically.
I'm with Ox, and I don't think it's that far off. I think that these two guys are a lot closer than you think that they are. But to your point, I just think he's going to be big for them. I think he's going to give them, especially their rotation guys, all of those guys. I think they're going to give them a lot that a lot of people aren't talking about.
Max Christie hasn't played any meaningful real minutes in the NBA yet. Dante Exum has. So again, when you are depending, or you have a rookie in a role, even though they're not expecting him to go out there and be 30 and 10 or anything like that just yet, but you're expecting your rookie to be very impactful on your team. You need to surround him with as many vets and people who can do all that dirty work for him. Dante Exum is that guy. Dante Exum, he literally got drafted to be a defensive player. Like he still can play defense at an extremely high level, something that I don't know of Max Christie. You said energy. Yeah, he can run up and down the court, shoot some threes, but obviously being in LA, I watched him when he was here. If he don't make his first 2 shots, you may as well not play him the rest of the game. Dante Exum's game is not predicated on making or missing shots. He's out there doing all the other things.
Max is a defender, and they stand like Dallas. Dallas is going to stand on defense this year. Where I can get with you on is ball handling and needing to bring the ball up. I can get with you on that, and if that's a need, Yeah, you go with Dante, and I can get with that. But you keep bringing. Well,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question honestly. Now, did Max Christie become a defender, or is he a defender? And I'm asking this question literally. Dante hasn't been a defender because, like, literally, before he got drafted, he was tapped. He was tapped as a defender. So that's
no. Go ahead.
I'm saying because as we all know from playing hoop on our day, it's something. Defense is something that's inside you. You either got it or you don't.
Sure.
And so go ahead.
I've seen it. I don't know exactly how long Maxey has been the defender I think he is, right? But I've seen it. I've seen him play really good defense with the Lakers. I saw him when he came over to Dallas. I think he is a defender. I don't know if he became that. But my point is, you keep bringing up how Dante was a high pick and he's always been this, but Dante was out the league. He had to get back to the league. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't really care where he was drafted at or how he was a defender when he first came, because there was a point when he couldn't even play in the NBA. You know what I mean? So it's like
that was because of offensive deficiencies more than
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Regardless of the reasons, Mars. What I'm saying is, I don't want to bring up the past. I just want to talk about what they are today. I think Maxey is a better defender, and I think he fits with what they're doing as far as that goes. But to your point, if the ball handling is the issue and getting the ball up the court and setting up, then you got to go with Dante for sure.
I can get with that, but I also think that I think that you're downplaying again a guy who in Maxey, when he plays meaningful minutes, because I mean he averaged 25, close to 30 minutes a game last year when he was playing with the Lakers before he got traded. He was getting meaningful minutes, and when he was on the floor, he was productive. He gave you good minutes when he was on the floor. He gave you defense. He gave you buckets when he was on the floor. But the problem is that gets overshadowed because we live in a league where if you're not coming off the bench and you're not giving me 20 a game, if you're not coming off the bench and you're not instant offense or you're not making an immediate impact, then you can't play. Max Christie, he did that more times than not when he was with the Lakers, which would explain why he earned himself a spot in their rotation. It wasn't like he was coming off the bench and playing 2 minutes or 5 minutes. No, he was getting heavy minutes off the bench with that Laker crew and giving them legit giving them legit production. So when he gets with this Dallas team, who Jason Kidd, let's be clear about one thing, Ox. Jason Kidd is a master at putting the battery in your back. So for him to get with Max Christie and get in his ear, he can't score against you. I need you to give me 15 tonight. I need you to just give me defensive stops. He's that guy. He's definitely a chameleon who can come off the bench and give you 15, but he can also come off the bench and I just need you to give me 3 stops tonight or give me stops in the meat and potatoes of the game. He can do that too. So I think that situationally, when it comes to Max Christie, I just think that in terms of a D&3 guy, he's much better than Dante Exum in this particular situation.
To your point, 3 and D, absolutely. Just real quick before you jump in, Ron.
Yeah.
Can we be honest with each other right now? And the Mavericks roster and the Lakers roster is like apples and bicycles. So him playing for the Lakers and getting meaningful minutes because Gabe Vincent forgot how to play basketball. Vanderbilt played 4 games.
That's not my problem.
No. I'm expressing why he had to play those 25, 30 minutes because the Lakers literally at one point had no one to play. Max Kleber came back literally after he hadn't played the whole season. They threw his butt in there in a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? They needed the players that bad that they had to play him the day he got released. Not released, but cleared to play. So I just want to make sure that it wasn't like Max Christie was playing over anybody because he was playing so well. That he had to play because they literally didn't have bodies at one point.
What I'm not going to do though is I'm not going to downplay or I'm not
downplaying him. I'm not downplaying him.
What I want to say is though is because we didn't have bodies and they had to throw me out there and I got busy. I mean, I don't want to discount that. We ain't had nobody to play. I had to play and I got busy. Now, does that lessen if we got bodies and I'm still here and I'm not getting as many minutes? I don't think it lessens it because I'm still going to be productive when I'm here. Because like I said, Jason Kidd is a master at putting the battery in your back and giving you the space to be the guy that I need you to be. And I think Max Christie trusts him more than anything.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying that when you have a longer bench, your leash sometimes is shorter. And most bench players are rhythm players. They got to come to game. They got to sweat a little bit. When you got, as I mentioned, Dante, Najee, Caleb, like behind you, around you, wherever, how you want to word it, he's not going to get those 20 minutes to get hot, warm, and ready to cook the way you're saying. Like, he might get in there, like I said, he might miss those first 2 threes. I don't know if Chase Kidd is going to sit there and be like, just keep let him play a little 5 more minutes, see what happens. Because you've got 3 other able bodies who can come in there and provide for the team. Is all I was trying to say. That's why I was like, the Max Christie talk was just kind of like, that's what I was trying to say. Sorry.
And dude in the chat, Dominic asked when he got busy. Well, he had a stretch where he had, I want to say he started like 20 something games. He had a stretch, and I remember watching that game when he played against Portland. He got busy in Portland. 100%, he got busy in Portland. Played really well up there. When he plays an extended amount of minutes. And I can't believe that the conversation is being dominated by Max Christie because we're talking about a rotation, dude. We're talking about Dallas. But with that being said, I've seen this kid, when he's played meaningful minutes, look really good. I'm not saying that this dude is going to come off the bench and he's going to turn into the 6th man of the year, or he's going to be that dude. No, I'm not saying that at all. I am saying that he has gotten busy throughout the course of the season when he's gotten meaningful minutes. I watched that Trailblazer game when he got busy. I was watching him knock down shots, get to the rim. Yes, he did get busy. No, Mad Max. It wasn't one game. He averaged 25 minutes a game. I'm not averaging 25 minutes a game, and I'm playing, and I'm not doing anything. What are you dudes talking about?
Kyle Kuzma.
What? But Ron, we about to move on? I just want to just say where I had Dallas this year.
Yeah, right quick. Before we get into that, I do just want to say the guy that I'm really happy to see in that point guard role, and Mars brought him up, is Brandon Williams. I think that is a guy. I can see him and D'Lo actually being the 2 starters. I can see them essentially running 2 point guards. D'Lo's a big guard. D'Lo's 6'5". I can see them sliding D'Lo over to the 2.
From the defensive identity a little bit.
It will, but I mean, Mars, if anybody can do it other than Houston, OKC, those type of teams, you have Coop at the 3. I have AD, one of the best defenders, and then I have Lively, protecting the paint. They can make up for that, especially if you do need shot creation. Clay could find himself coming off that bench. I'm not saying he will. I just said I could see this happening because I think Brandon Williams is out of everybody on this roster, and I think we could probably all agree with this. He's the only one that I think can consistently get into the paint and consistently make something happen. Even D'Lo, he's slow-footed, if you will.
He's a jump shooter. He's a jump shooter.
Yeah.
But Brandon Williams will get downhill. That's why I like him.
If Clay's not at the 2 run, probably go with this. I think there's other options. I don't know about starting those 2 together. There's other options.
Yeah. I like Najee too, though. I think Najee's underrated as a shot creator as well.
I'm shooting in your lineup. Like, goddamn. Like,
but
that's why I think Clay's going to start. Like, you need someone who can shoot. Like, D'Lo can shoot. That's cool. Brandon Williams is a shot creator more than he is a shooter. PJ's not a shooter. Coop hasn't, in my opinion, he's not a shooter. We'll see what he can turn into. AD's not a shooter. Gafford, Lively are not shooters. Like, you can't have a lineup where you're running D'Lo, Brandon Williams, and then, for lack of better terms, 3 non-spacers. Like Clay, to Cho's point, whether I think he's washed or not, there's one thing that Clay gonna be able to do till he dies, and that's gonna be shoot the ball. So I think Clay's gonna start just off that merit alone. And I don't think he's a good defender anymore, but I don't think he is actively hurting your defense, especially when you have AD, Coop, Gafford, Lively behind him. I think Clay can still be competent within that. So I think Clay will start just off like the value of his skill set. Mm-hmm. But I want to see Brandon Williams get heavy minutes, to your point. I do think they need his skill set.
Yeah, because the only way the bigs are going to be able to roll to the basket is you have spacing. Because there's no point in having size on the court if you have no shooting, because everybody's just going to suck in. So they got to play at least one shooter at all time on the court.
They got isn't Dennis Smith? Didn't he get?
They did sign Dennis Smith.
That's their best defender, in my opinion. I don't know how much you're gonna play, but he's their best point of attack guy.
Damn.
Is Dallas one of the deepest teams in the league?
Yes,
so, Ron.
Absolutely.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
In terms of having 12 to 15 playable guys, like you could say other teams are better. They have better benches. They may have better players coming off the bench. But in terms of having legitimately 13, 14, 15 guys that any of them can play. Some of them can even, now you probably won't want to start them every night, but some of them can even slide in and start on any given night if given that opportunity.
In that first 12, there is no bums.
No, it's not, Ron. No, it's not, Ox. That's a fact.
No bums in that first 12.
That is a fact. And I know how you are when it comes to bums. You call them out. Ox is quick.
Well, you think
he's
D'Lo's
a
a
bum.
bum, but other than that, yeah.
No, Mars. I'm just low on D'Lo. I don't think he's a bum.
You've called him a bum. You've called him a bum.
I've definitely called him a bum before, but y'all know. I mean, D'Lo's cold.
So he's not a bum. He just has bum moments.
Yeah,
It just be sometimes where he be looking like he homeless.
Everybody has bum moments. Sometimes you in a rush and you run out the door. You know what I'm saying? And people might mistake you. They might, hey, you need some change. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, that's about to start being my new thing, man. Get this homeless nigga off the court. But all right. So, Ox, you was about to get your predictions. Larry, I want to hear your prediction on the Dallas Mavericks. Where you think that they'll ultimately end up this season? Go ahead, Ox.
Okay,
Look, you got it, Ox.
Yeah, I think it's really gonna be predicated on when Kyrie comes back. So I'm just gonna play it safe and man, if Kyrie was healthy right now, I want y'all to know I would have Dallas as
the favorite,
top three teams in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Not just in the West. I would have Dallas up there. Without Kyrie, it dips fast. I think I'm looking at them somewhere between 6 and 9. You know what I mean? This is looking like a play-in team, a really good play-in team. So I'm going somewhere in the play-in. I think they're a play-in team.
Damn, they fall from top 3, which would essentially mean what? They're second in the West to play-in?
Ron, the
with
Lakers
with Kyrie, bro, I'm like
Kyrie is a big difference maker, regardless of what people try to tell you.
Ron, with Kyrie, I might have them number 1 in the West with Kyrie. Bro.
Ron, the Lakers was the 3rd seed last year. 2 games separated them in the 8th spot. We go from
that's very true.
We go from hosting a playoff series to fighting for our playoff lives in like 3 days. That could happen. That's what the separation is in the Western Conference.
I mean,
your point Kyrie's their best offensive player. Am I wrong for saying that?
No, he is without the best offensive player.
I don't know how people feel about Anthony Davis. Okay.
Oh yeah, I love AD, but there's no question that Kyrie's the best offensive player over there. Ron, you losing your starting point guard, starting lead guard, whatever y'all want to call him, is detrimental. I mean, y'all see, and we're gonna talk about it in a little bit. Y'all see how fast Houston dropped in my mind when Freddie went out. So imagine me feeling that way about Fred VanVleet. How you think we're gonna feel when you lose Kyrie? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I just think Dallas is built to survive without Kyrie until he gets back. And I mean, we've been seeing him on the court working out and stuff like that. Like, Kyrie gonna be Kyrie whether he gets back in December, January. Obviously, the sooner the better. But I think for them first 2-3 months, I think they'll be all right. That's just me though.
You think they'll just stay around 500 until Kyrie come back?
No,
like,
I think they're gonna be better than that, bro.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be way better than 500.
500 will get them in what, the 9-10 spot maybe?
Yeah,
I'm saying. But let's say Kyrie comes back around Christmas. If 500 at Christmas, Kyrie comes back, they'll be all right.
See, I mean, and that's true, Ox. The biggest thing for me actually is it's not the fact that Kyrie's out. It's what AD is going to, or if AD is going to be healthy. If AD can stay healthy for the first 3 months of the season, then they'll be all right. Mm-hmm. As long as AD's on the court, I'm confident in this team, with or without Kyrie. And this is not playoff time. This is just in the regular season.
Me too. Yeah.
Because
I think that their team is going to be predicated on defense, and I think he's the anchor of their defense. Both him and Cooper Flag. I think they're going to be the anchor of their defense. They're going to be able to speed them up, stop plays, and if Anthony Davis can give me quality minutes and stay on the floor, I think that they can. I think they can hold up just fine. Ox, I'm not going to argue the point that Kyrie Irving means a lot to this crew because I think that he's the difference. Like if you get Kyrie Irving back in the fold, I think he's the difference. You can't just throw 24 a game away and just expect this team to just keep rolling. Nah, but I do think that their identity is going to be different. Once they get Kyrie Irving back, now they're going to be even better offensively. But their identity is still going to be on the other side of the ball.
Yeah. So I'm looking at their schedule right now. It's the beginning part of their schedule isn't light either. I'm looking at the games all before Christmas, and it's not like they don't really have many
cupcakes. Is what you're saying?
They play Washington twice. They play Indiana. They play Toronto. Other than that, shit, I'm looking at San Antonio. I'm looking at OKC a couple times. They got the Lakers.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they should be Milwaukee and Phoenix too. So I mean, yeah, I'm thinking before Christmas around 500. I'm looking at them around 500 before Christmas. Just a quick glance at the schedule.
Yeah, I'm looking at the opening night. They got San Antonio. I think they're going to beat them. Then a couple of nights later, they got Washington. I think they're going to beat them. Toronto. I think they're going to beat them. Then they got Oklahoma City. I think they can lose that game. I think they're going to beat Indiana. Detroit's going to be a dogfight, and I think that they could beat them. It's at home. I think they could beat Detroit. I think they're going to beat Houston on that Monday. I just think they're better than Houston, even though Kyrie Irving is not there. I just think that they're better than Houston.
I don't know about that. Yeah, that's tough.
New Orleans. I think they're.
I just can't wait to do that game on playback. That's all I know.
Yeah. That's
See, I'm not so sure about San Antonio. I know these are teams we're about to talk about today, but
Yeah.
I mean that's gonna be a long night for D-Lo.
Right.
Yo, Larry.
De'Aaron. Will De'Aaron be back opening night?
Oh, that's right. I don't know.
No, he said he's not gonna start the season.
Okay. Well, yeah, they should be San Antonio. Then.
Larry, before I get your prediction on what the Dallas Mavericks is going to look like, what you think that they'll be, I just got to let the people know that they need to scan this QR code or they need to click the link in the bio and they need to get in the game and make their picks on Splash Sports because that is what this show is brought to you by. The good guys, the good games, the good contests, and the ability to win using your basketball IQ on Splash Sports. Now, you compete against fans, not against the house when you play on Splash Sports. They have a new peer-to-peer DFS game where you choose more or less on 2 or more player projections, and you are matched against other players that make the same entry fee and the same amount of picks. And what's the best part? You can still miss a pick and win cash if you beat the rest of the group. So once again, you're playing against the house, or you're not playing against the house, you're playing against real people. And yesterday, I played against real people. And yesterday, I beat the crap out of real people. You guys see this. Remember yesterday, I told y'all that my baseball IQ is better than my basketball IQ. And not only did we go up to Detroit and knock the rain delay out of them, but we also hit some nice picks. Now, I told y'all Cal Raleigh was going to score a run. Not only did he score a run, he did it in home run fashion. Yes, this is the best player in the MLB. He is the MVP. And I told y'all, and I knew he was going to come out MVP style and hit a home run. My man Victor Robles got a hit as well. Logan Gilbert, I knew he was going to cook them bums, them Tigers. L. James B, I knew he was going to get off. And Jake Flaherty. Yes, Jake Flaherty, you got roughed up, and I knew that was going to happen to you. That's why we went less. Riley Green, I knew you weren't about that business. That's why you went less. And last but not least, Vladimir Guerrero. He is on a tear right now. He might be the deadliest hitter in the MLB. Shout out to him. He roughed up the Yankees yesterday, albeit they lost. But once again, on Splash Sports, you can win real money when you make good picks like this. So this was just $5. It turned into $275. If you see that little 10% down there in the bottom left corner, I got a 10% boost because, well, that was just a promotion going on yesterday. If you join today, they may have a nice promotion for you too. Sometimes you get a 100% boost. Well, if you are a first-time user, you will get a 100% boost. But ultimately, you guys see the bottom banner. When you do join up, playing quick picks, make sure that you use code PLAYER and we will match up to $50. What's good, Ox? White?
Two things, Ron. Two things. First and foremost, why don't you grow a pair and stop putting down them little $5 picks? Maybe you would have won some real money.
Come on, Ron. Open up the wallet, Ron. Stop acting like you ain't got no bread.
Oh, Chipskate, here you are. A high roller. Playing that $5 pick.
Like you ain't got
Second
no
of all, don't bring up Vlad Guerrero again. Don't bring it up. Y'all seen the game last night. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go too far.
Did we see the series?
Hey, you thought it was over, huh? Shit, how you
thought it was over.
How y'all felt about that? Y'all seen
I turned it
that?
up. It was 6-1. I turned it up. I was like, this thing is over. And they damn sure did get right back in.
Yeah, y'all should have seen that fourth inning. Wasn't out there playing. But it's a basketball show. I ain't going to go into all that.
Hey, Ox, that series ends tonight. You guys are done. Hey, 2 series in tonight. I guarantee that Vladimir Guerrero shuts the coffin on Aaron Judge and the Yankees. And I guarantee that these boys is going to the ALCS. Hey, Mars, you see this?
Yeah.
You see this hat, Mars? You see this? This is the best thing going on right now on an MLB diamond.
Right.
You see this, Larry?
I'm gonna see you soon, Ron. When I see you, look. Tonight's game, we win. Dinner on you.
Got his hand out.
Okay, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's shaking.
Ron out here making bets. Just so you know, Larry, he owed me a C note. Just so we clear.
Oh no, I'd have been at your house already.
Damn, I should have gave him that money. His Wi-Fi just dropped him out. Damn, hey, that's all bad. But hey, the show must go on, y'all. Larry, Dallas Mavericks, talk to me.
I see them.
And right quick, since Chill, I guess isn't gonna be here. I don't know if his Wi-Fi will be back for tonight. But if it is, you guys will be able to tap into the press box. Chill might be there. He's planning on being there. Hopefully his Wi-Fi kicks back in. But it was a wild week of games in the NFL this past week. And Chilltown's 49ers are up 100 right now. So Chill may be doing some victory lapping. Oh, hey, Chill.
Hey, anybody but the Chiefs, man.
All I know,
Anybody
Ron,
but the Chiefs. Check out Trevor.
After we serve Tampa this weekend, number one in the NFC. But as you were saying, Al.
Yeah, I got Dallas 6 or 7. I think, before Kyrie gets back, they're gonna float a little bit, but they're gonna be better than expected. I think D'Lo is extremely serviceable point guard. We know we're gonna get from him. He may not give you a lot on the defensive end, but as everyone's been saying, they are built to kind of like protect the back end. So like, you're not just gonna get to the cup and just be laying the ball up. He might get beat a little bit on some pick and roll, some deep threes if they play like the Warriors or something like that. That's a bad matchup for him. But outside of that, I see them going at least be number 6 in the West for right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, respectfully, I don't know if we went through the entire West. I don't know if we're doing that today, but yeah, I mean, if you look at where everybody's at right now, I could definitely see them sitting very comfortably at number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't see them in that spot at all, unless worst case scenario AD goes down and then obviously the season's over. But other than that, they built for 6.
All right, well, that's how we feel about the Dallas Mavericks. Let's go ahead and move on to the next team. We are going to stay in Texas, and we're going to go a little bit down south. The Houston Rockets, we've talked a lot about them this offseason. I feel like they've been the talk of the offseason just with the acquisition of Kevin Durant and just how they played last regular season, how they looked in the playoffs. They got a lot of young talent. But what are our thoughts and expectations on the team that came number 2 in the West last year, the team that won this division last year, and the team that I think we all believe they may have got better from last year?
No.
How do we feel about them? How, Ox?
High.
They got.
How did they get worse?
They got worse as soon as they lost Fred VanVleet. Before they lost Fred, I think they stayed around the same. I think they got better at some things. Took a step back at some things, but once you lose Fred VanVleet, they got worse. I don't think we can even debate that. I don't think there's really any reason to think that they didn't get worse once you lose your lead guard.
They did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when you lose your table setter, you lose everything. They lost a big threat. It's like now we're just gonna we're gonna cross half court, just give it to KD and just watch.
Ox, Fred wasn't setting the table like that. Like anybody could wash the forks and the knives and put them on the table. It's not like he was putting the fancy cutlery and the nice and folding the napkins all nice and doing all of that. But no.
Washing forks is strenuous. I'd much rather wash plates. Trust me. You know how much silverware I used to leave in the sink.
I mean, people say washing forks don't mean nothing until they eat them with dirty cutlery. So I don't know.
Facts. Thank you.
So now they're gonna have dirty silverware now?
Dirty ass.
I just followed your analogy.
I'm saying like Fred wasn't even putting a tablecloth on the table.
I think Fred was. I was
bro.
critical of Fred for many reasons, but one thing that
Very critical of him.
can't be ignored. Absolutely, because his scoring is egregious. But one thing that can't be taken away from him is how impactful he was for Houston. Now, do I think he's a perfect player? No, not even close. Do I think he's an all-star caliber player? No, not even close. Do I think he's even close to the caliber of player that KD and Şengün are? No. But do I think his importance for what Houston aimed to achieve is unquestionable? Yes. I think there's a reason Ime Udoka, no matter how Fred was shooting, 1 for 8, 1 for 12, 0 for 9,
He was
whatever,
on the floor.
Fred is closing games. And it would annoy me at the time. Fred was still closing games. I'm watching this guy shoot like a criminal, and he's still out there closing games. But then that was the bias fan in me from the Houston Rockets, just preying on the Jalen Green ascension. So I was mad. But now, as just a spectator, taking a step back, Fred is extremely important for everything they look to do. Extremely high IQ defender, very competent ball handler. Not someone who's going to amaze you like he's Kyrie, but he has the ball in his hands a lot and doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Very valuable. Gets the ball where it needs to go with regularity and to a degree that no one on the roster could do last year. You replace Fred VanVleet with Reed Shepherd, who hasn't shown he can do that yet. You're now hoping that he can do that in year 2. With Amen Thompson, who hasn't shown he can do that with consistency yet. You're now hoping he can do that in year 2. Do I think they're a better team than they were last year? Yes. I think when you add a top 10 player and all you've lost is Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks. When they
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I agree. It's a big deal. Dylan Brooks is very important. But before Fred VanVleet went down, I think they were undoubtedly better than they were last year. Now that Fred VanVleet is gone, I think they're still better than they were last year. And I think they'll still be a really good regular season team.
Yeah.
But I do think their ceiling in the playoffs is mightily lower. When they first got KD, I thought they had championship aspirations. I didn't think they were going to beat OKC, but I thought they were the second or third best team in the West, them and Denver. I didn't know. Now, no Fred, playoff setting, they're a very distant third at best. At best, they're a very distant third. I think they're very clearly worse than Denver, very clearly worse than OKC. If I'm at my most optimistic, they're the third best team in the West, whereas before they were the second best team, and they could have challenged OKC and made it difficult. So that's where it is for me. But I think they're guaranteed to make the playoffs regardless. KD could play 55 games, and I think they'll be a playoff team. Like I think
Clippers, Lakers.
Regular season.
But why are we acting
the Clippers are a team that I can see being better than the Rockets too in the playoffs in particular.
Why are we acting like in today's basketball you actually need a true point guard like it's 1996? Like
I think the Rockets
you need someone to bring the ball past half court. That is absolutely it. Why can't you got 5 players that can do it on the Rockets?
Like who?
Alperen Şengün can bring the ball past half court if you're not watching.
Which he does that anyway. He does that anyway.
So to my point, the point I was getting to is why can't you get him run point center? Why can't you run offense to him? Top of the key, let him do whatever. Because he'll make that 18-footer if you don't respect it. Now they're playing big with Steven Adams down there. I think Clint Capella was a huge pickup for the backside. For them defensively as well. Tara Easton can bring the ball up. Obviously, KD can bring the ball up. Thompson can bring the ball. I don't need to go through their entire roster because I want.
But where's all the shooting that you were just so high about with Dallas? Where's all the shooting?
The last guy that he was about to mention that can bring the ball up.
KD.
Who? Reed Shepherd?
No. Yes.
If you forget, Reed was meant to be a point guard with Rob Dillingham. It's just he shot the ball so damn well, and we gotta just put you to at the 2 guard. He is actually a point guard.
Yeah, I'm cool with all that, but I want to know where
men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Well, the numbers
what numbers are we talking about?
Numbers say Reed Shepherd is a sniper. Hey, Reed Shepherd is a sniper.
I'm cool with that. Like, yeah, Reed Shepherd could be a sniper. That's fine, but Klay Thompson's a sniper.
Well, so I'm losing what you're trying to tell me. You're agreeing
because just with the last team, you were concerned about the shooting. So I'm like,
I know. I said I was concerned about the shooting if you're going to take Klay off the court because you remember Ron didn't have him on the court. So I said, how are you going to have him not on the court? You need a shooter. So you got KD who can shoot. You got Şengün who can shoot. You got Reed who can shoot. That's 2 more than Dallas already.
Mars, I know how you feel about the pull-up 3. I do, according to the numbers, right, Mars? I do know how you feel about the pull-up 3. But I'm waiting for December. I'm waiting for January when we have conversations about the Houston Rockets and they're comfortably sitting in the number 3 spot, maybe a game or 2 out the 2 spot, and Amen Thompson has the ball at the lead guard spot, and it's looking like I thought it was gonna look. They're running the
ball
offense
in the 3rd and 4th row.
Even if he
He's
is,
gonna
because
turn the ball over. Yeah, he's gonna turn.
that's part of it. That's part of it. But we know I'm confident with Sengun as their hub, operating at the mid post, operating at the elbow, operating on the box. I think this could work. I said this earlier that I'm not sure the dynamic between him and KD, because he never played with a scorer like that. And I wasn't sure, but KD is so, the word I'm looking for is portable. And, you could just put KD in any lineup. We know what KD does, and he doesn't really affect offenses that much because you know what he's here for. I'm a bucket getter. That's what I do, right? So you don't really have to change up a lot of stuff that you're doing. So they could still run a lot of the stuff that they run, just add KD in as a bucket getter, and it'll still work. But with that being said, I know your concerns about the lead guard spot. And to L point, it ain't John Stockton ain't coming. John Stockton's not coming back. Mark Price is not coming back. Right? Magic Johnson is not coming back. As much as I miss those guys, as much as I love them, they're not coming back. And this offense in Houston is going to be predicated on Sengun being the hub. I think Amin Thompson's going to be your primary ball handler. I think Reed Shepard is going to play off of him. I think the thing that's never going to go away with this Houston team is their defense. So they're still going to play fast. They're still going to get buckets in transition. And then when we get in the half court, Amin Thompson, they're going to dump the ball into Sengun, whether it's like I said, whether it's at the elbow, whether it's on the block, and they're going to operate through him. And I think this offense is going to be better.
In theory, that sounds really good, Chill. That sounds really good in theory.
That's not in theory, Ox. That's what they're going to do.
It is in theory. It is in theory because it ain't happened yet, and it ain't going to happen. Because once they slow that ball down, like how you said, once they get into that half court, they're going to have the same problems they had last year. Yeah. Actually, they're going to have even worse problems than they had last year because they don't have the table setter that they need. I understand that y'all want to go away from the lead guard, the point guard thing. Y'all don't want to say the point guard word. It's taboo. But you need that still in basketball. When you get into that half court, they're just gonna all eyes on Kevin Durant. Sengun is not Jokic, okay? Sengun is not Jokic. I know y'all want him to be. I know he had a great summer. Shout out to the kid. He's a great basketball player.
Sure.
But when they get into that half court setting, it's going to be some of the worst offense in the NBA, even with Kevin Durant. Y'all said you're going to get better. The Suns got Kevin Durant and got worse.
I want to bet my dinner on that. I need to bet a dinner on that one because that's crazy. Because KD.
Right quick. While y'all figure that out, just think that through right quick. And in the meantime, I need you guys to rethink how you guys are listening to the show every day. I know some of you guys maybe watch on your TV, some watch on your tablet, most watch on your phone, but how are you actually hearing us? Because I think you guys are listening, but I don't think you're hearing us correctly. I don't think you're hearing me. And so here's how I need you to hear me from here on out. I need you to go to the Raycon website, use code PCS, you will get 20% off. And when you do this, you will get active noise cancellation, you will get multi-point connectivity, and you will get up to 32 hours of battery life with the Raycon Everyday Earbud Classics. Now, we all use them up here. Some of us have the mint green, some of us have the black color though, and some of us have the pink color. But however, whatever ones you're using, or the blue, shout out to Royal Blue, whatever ones you're using, you know that you will get active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity, and ultimately you will be able to just hear much, much, much better than what you're actively using. So go ahead and change like the seasons and upgrade your life. Right here, when you use code PCS, you will get 20% off on the Raycon Everyday Earbuds Classics. Salute to them, salute to us, and salute to everybody that's getting that 20% off.
Yes, sir. You see it.
What you rocking with, Ox? What you rocking with, Marsh? Okay. Maybe not L Blacks.
Mine ain't coming to mail yet.
They on the way. They on the way.
Everybody sharing them out.
We gotta get him a plate. Yeah, he just got here. We gotta get him.
Yo, so y'all was about to make a bet. What?
Absolutely. We gonna make a bet because listen, just from a strictly basketball skill set perspective, when you have individuals who can do multiple things on the court, the offense is going to work. Okay, so like if you just do a KD and Albertson can run a pick and roll, and everything else is gonna figure itself out. You put Amin Thompson in the dunker spot. What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna help off?
They don't. They don't have Draymond Green. They don't have Jokic. Like Sengun is not Jokic. I mean,
he can make a bounce pass. You're making it seem like this man can't make a bounce pass. If you sag, he's going to shoot that little baby floater. Is going to go into the basket. This boy can score. And
we're living with that.
If you step, all right,
just like last year, there was a lid on the rim for Sengun. Did y'all forget the lid that was on that rim for him last season?
And then we forgot about Jabari.
You got to project that his touch going. Come back.
You forgot about Jabari Smith Jr. too. You forgot all about him. I
most certainly did not.
He can stretch the floor. He shot 46% in the playoffs last year, so he can stretch the floor.
He was banging that three for sure.
So all I'm saying is,
what that do? That made him lose to the geriatric Warriors.
I mean, the Warriors was like that.
That was reasons beyond Jabari.
Well beyond that.
They replaced their biggest problem in that series with Kevin Durant. So I mean,
okay, look, what I'm saying is all this can be true. All this can be true. Without Fred VanVleet, this team just went down the shitter.
I can get you. So
that's where I'm.
What do you mean by that? Like, because
that's where the divide is with
winning
me.
A championship with Fred, I don't think you did either. I still don't have them winning a championship without Fred. But are you saying like they're going to be in the play-in? Are you saying they're going to be in the playoffs but lose in the first round again? Are you saying they're going to get to the second round and lose? Like when you say like the season is basically a write-off, like what do you mean by that?
That's what it sounds like to me. Like
what I'm saying is I think they're the worst team in Texas. I think they're the worst team in Texas.
I disagree.
That's crazy. Okay. Oh my
Ox, how good do you think Fred VanVleet is, Ox?
I think Fred VanVleet is a really good basketball player. I don't know what you mean by that. How do you want me to
let me rephrase the question.
You said they were going to have problems, or that they had problems with Fred VanVleet, and they're still going to have those problems. Albeit worse, but they still had problems with Fred VanVleet.
Right, but their problems got a lot worse without Fred VanVleet. My thing is, I like this team with Fred VanVleet. I like the squad. I do, but I didn't have them. To Mark's point, I didn't have them winning the championship with Fred. So without Fred, I think with Fred, I thought they were still going to be, maybe a 4 or 5 seed. Without Fred, they're out.
My thing, Ox, is like
out the way now.
So I can understand your point when it comes to the Mavs. No Kyrie. All right, I can see how you could see them falling off from the 1st or 2nd seed all the way down to 7 or 8. With the Rockets, like, yes, they lose a savvy vet. They lose defense. I understand that. But like with their personnel and with Houston also being one of the deepest teams in the league, I think that they can fill in for Fred. Like it's like, for instance, I'm gonna go with quarterbacks. You're not replacing Tom Brady. You don't have to replace Tom Brady. He's not that level of quarterback or point guard. You're replacing.
You ain't even replacing Dak
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, be cool about Phillip.
All right, my bad, because I know you're sensitive about Phillip Rivers. You're replacing Bo Nix.
Look, Ron. Okay, forget all that. We don't got to make analogies. We don't got to make analogies and all that. Let's just talk straight ball. When it's a 3-point game, 3 minutes left. Who's making these late game decisions? Who is their floor general? Who is getting everything going? Amin Thompson? I don't got him in. I don't. I think Amin is a really good basketball player, but to fill in for Fred VanVleet in the meat and potatoes of the game or whatever y'all want to call it, it's not. Kevin Durant. I know y'all in the chat are like, but they got KD. That's not the point. Like KD is an amazing basketball player. He's still great. He's still a top 12 basketball player in the NBA, no doubt about it. But that's not gonna win basketball games. That's not how you win it. You got to be able to in close games when it slows down, when Amin Thompson can't get out and run, when Tari Eason and Amin can't rely on just being dogs and taking the ball, getting steals, and getting out and running. When you can't rely on that, then you got to rely on Reed and Amin Thompson to get the offense moving in the half court. They don't have that. I don't know why y'all are ignoring that how important that is. That is,
but we're not. It's not that we're. Keep going, Ox. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I think you guys are trying to overlook that because you're trying to say, oh, well, we can get into a pick and roll with Kevin Durant and Sengun, like coaches with great defenses can't scheme against that.
So what happens?
I'm optimistic.
Go ahead, Chill. Go ahead.
What I'm optimistic about is I'm optimistic about the improvement of my young guys. That's what I'm optimistic about. I'm optimistic about the fact that Sengun. I'm optimistic about the fact that Amen Thompson is going to be better. I'm optimistic about the fact that Reed Shepard is going to be better.
Thompson going to be better at what, Chill?
Amen Thompson is going to be better at being a better ball handler, being a better ball handler.
What part of basketball?
Being a lead guard, being a better ball handler.
He didn't know he was potentially going to have to be a lead guard to just last Tuesday.
Okay,
so
you don't think that was something?
Like, you know what? I got this.
So even with that being said, Ox, you don't think that was something that I was working on in the offseason? I was working on my ball handler.
I don't know. I can't assume.
You think that I was just working on being a better transition player and being a better defender? No, I'm gonna.
How do you work on processing the game? I just seen somebody said
watching
processing,
tape, doing homework, watching tape.
You have to do it on the court. That's something that you get better at playing the plane. So yeah, Amen Thompson might become better at that after he has 3-4 months of throwing turnovers in the NBA.
That helps him though. That helps him.
It helps them while they're losing, right?
Yeah, and that's okay. Look, I turn the ball over in December, November, October. Get a little better in January, February, and March, and when April come around, you ready to rock. Also, too, though,
it's still different in the playoffs, though. Like you can
it is
in the regular season, and then the playoffs is still a whole different ball game. Like what's the men gonna do when they see OKC in the playoffs?
He was good last year in the playoffs.
He was good last year in the playoffs.
It was shaky. It was shaky.
He struggled the first 2 or 3 games.
He did.
He picked up as the series went on.
Right.
He never been to playoffs before. Of course, he's gonna struggle in the beginning. That's
of course. I'm not arguing against that. But what I'm saying is, we're in a league now where pickup points are getting higher, ball pressure is becoming more of a thing, and now we're asking someone who has a shaky handle to initiate against playoff defenses that are going to be pressing.
Who said? I'm just asking a question. Did Ime come out and literally have a press conference and say, Amen Thompson is going to bring the ball up the court every single possession?
We're doing it by committee.
Thank you. Because if he didn't say that, then I don't want to hear it. So, Ox, really quick to your point.
No one takes the ball up every possession. Fred didn't bring the ball up every possession.
That's my point, though. So then the pressure is irrelevant then. Because if he's getting pressure, give the ball to
no one on the roster can deal with ball pressure consistently.
Who's pressuring Şengün? What center is pressuring full court?
It doesn't need to be a center. They don't need to guard Şengün with a center because they're going to run double bigs a lot. So Şengün's going to be guarded by a 4.
Well, whoever is the 5 is, because you could play Jabari Smith at the 4, and you push again at the 5.
They run double big a lot. That's their biggest advantage. They're going to have.
But I'm just saying. Let me knock out.
And Jabari definitely can't handle ball pressure, so he can't bring the ball up.
I mean, I'm trying to outside of
like what exactly are these dudes
Jabari can't handle ball pressure. It's not about working. It's about you can
what do we have?
As much as you want, but at the end of the day, you're not going to just be elite at something because you worked on it over the summer.
But I am going to be better too, though, Mars. I'm not going to be the same guy that I was last season.
We're talking about being better to the degree of competing in the playoffs. We're not talking about being better.
Absolutely.
Oh, Amen Thompson improved. Cool, but is that enough to beat OKC? No, like it's not about just being.
There's nobody up here that says that.
That's the goal.
None of us up here.
We're talking about being better to compete in the playoffs. Do I agree with Ox that they're the worst team in Texas? No, I think they're very comfortably better than the Spurs. I think in the regular season they're going to be better than Dallas. Playoffs, I don't know, but I think they're very comfortably at least the second best team in Texas. I don't agree with Ox, but I think the issues that he raises with the roster are very valid, especially in the playoff setting. In the regular season, they're going to win games off defense and rebounding. I don't doubt that. That's why I think they're going to make the playoffs regardless. If they rebound more than you and they run and they play defense the way they do, they're going to make the playoffs off that alone. Plus KD, half-court scorer, cool. I believe in that. In the playoffs, when you come up against an OKC team that presses the ball to the degree that they do, when you come up against a team like Denver that runs the offense that they do, and then defensively you're not putting pressure on them because you don't have consistent ball handlers who are able to create from the perimeter under duress, that's a problem. I watched Kevin Durant 2 years ago struggle against Aaron Gordon. Defensively, Aaron Gordon pressuring, I watched him struggle. He's now 2 years older without a Devin Booker by his side, without someone who can take that pressure, that burden of ball handling away from him. Kevin Durant's handle is one of the biggest things that has declined as he has aged. That's the one of the biggest things that's declined. We're now putting him on a roster where I could argue Kevin Durant is their best ball handler. I could genuinely make that argument.
In the half court.
Yes, I could absolutely make the argument that Kevin Durant is the Houston Rockets' best half-court ball handler. Now, that is a concern. Kevin Durant is turnover. Kevin Durant struggles under physicality. Kevin Durant struggles when he's being pressured. And we're saying he's the best ball handler on the team. I just watched him play a preseason game against Atlanta. He was struggling with turnovers. I'm not saying that's the be-all, end-all. But what I am saying is this is a guy who in the first 2 years of his career, he's a young player. I agree he's going to get better. In the first 2 years of his career, he has struggled to create in the half court downhill. He doesn't command attention outside of 14 feet. So people are going under ball screens. His handle is not great. He picks up his dribble a lot. He gets poked a lot. He doesn't have the ability to maneuver in traffic. And we're asking him to accelerate that process. That's tough. Reed Shepherd is someone who struggled with aggression last year. Do I think Reed Shepherd can handle the ball? Yes. But do I think Reed Shepherd can see amongst the trees? Do I think Reed Shepherd can handle blitzes and pick and roll, especially when that blitz comes from a Lou Dort and Chet Holmgren? No. Do I think Reed Shepherd can handle a blitz when it's Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis? No. But these are the teams that they're going to have to see in the playoffs. So if we're saying regular season team, I think Houston are going to be just fine. There are going to be issues. There's going to be growing pains. They're not going to be perfect. But I think they're going to be just fine. Top 4 seed, pretty much guaranteed, in my opinion. The Ox might disagree with that, but in my opinion, pretty much guaranteed top 4 seed. But in the playoffs, when you have to see an OKC, when you have to see a Warriors team that they already struggled to create against last year, a Warriors team, a Dallas team, whichever team you want to throw out there, a Spurs team if you manage to see them. These issues are going to come up. Like the Clippers, Chris Dunn, Zoo, pressuring Reed Shepherd. Are we serious? Like, that's a major concern. Like, that's a valid concern when it comes to winning in the playoffs. And that's my whole issue with this team, winning in the playoffs. Because they don't care about regular season wins. KD's not there to go rack up 50 wins in the regular season. Ime Udoka is not there to go be a top 3 seed again. We know they're there to try and win a championship. And with the flaws on this roster, I think all of you guys agree. Not only are they not winning a championship because of the presence of OKC, but these are very valid concerns to have in the playoffs.
Absolutely. No doubt about no doubt about that. But L, to your point, this team offensively, to your point about Amen Thompson being that ball handler, I think it's going to improve. There's none of us up here that think that, because what you're arguing against, Moss, is this team going deep into the playoffs. I don't think that there's anybody up here that thinks that the Houston Rockets, with what they have presently offensively in terms of ball handlers, are going deep into the playoffs. I'd be surprised if they was
deep in the playoffs with Fred.
To be honest with you, I think that they would be a little bit better, but I don't think that they would be that much better, right? Because I think that they could get a first round matchup running up on Dallas. They could get a first round matchup running up on a team like the Clippers or the Lakers, and they could get bounced early. However, I also think that they could get a favorable matchup where, like we talked about last year, if they had a high seed and they ended up seeing somebody like Memphis early or San Antonio, and they could beat them just off the strength of how good they are defensively. With that being said, I think that with the credit that I give to Amen Thompson, I understand your issues with him as a ball handler. I always look at guys and I look at the improvement that they've made from year to year. I'm not quick to jump on a guy and go, okay, we're trying to get the championship level. KD does add that narrative to this crew, but I don't think that there's any of us up here that think that this crew, even if KD wasn't on the crew and they still had Jalen Green, if they still had Dylan Brooks, and they still had their point guard, that they could win the NBA championship. Even if they did, and even with the improvement of Amen Thompson, who I think is going to be so much better as a ball handler than he was in his rookie season, than he was in his second year. I think he's going to be so much better than that. And when we get to the half court, like I said before, I don't think that we're going to have a primary ball handler like Chris Paul. We're going to run our offense through our hub, and that's going to be Sengun. And that's the primary ball handler that we're going to have. I mean, that's not the primary ball handler. I'm sorry. That's the hub that we're going to have. And I think that he settles us down. And the action that we're going to have is going to involve KD a lot.
Yo, fellas, before I get everybody's predictions on what they expect for the Rockets this season, and I actually want to do this for the Rockets because Mars kind of brought it up. I want to see how far everybody believes that they can go in the playoffs too. But before we do that, we got a lot of super chats, so I want to show the people some love and show them how meaningful they are for spending their money right here on the panel, and for everybody that's tapping in. If you haven't liked the video yet, come on, y'all, let's get the likes up. That helps us to make good content for you guys. It helps us to accelerate on YouTube, and it helps everybody out there to see really how much you guys really like us. So slap that like button. Shout out to my man Vet T. He is on Facebook. He loved the video on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, like the video as well. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on Twitter, retweet the video so other people can get it as well. Also, Game Day J just liked the video on YouTube. Shout out to Game Day J. We get more people on Facebook. We get more people tapping in on Facebook. So salute to our Facebook following. But here we go, y'all. The first Super chat that I got is from Tupac Westside. Tupac said, as long as they are healthy, Dallas is going to be a problem, even without Kyrie. Also, chill. I think D'Lo's a better playmaker than you give him credit for. Forgot to tell you that last week on Chill with Chill.
I just think that when I watched him in Minnesota, one of the things that didn't sit well with me. One, I thought they should have played faster. This is before they got Mike Conley. I thought they should have played faster. I thought that he should have been better in transition as a distributor because he had dudes like Anthony Edwards running on the wing, right? He had guys like that. So I thought he should have been a better distributor and a better playmaker than he was. When I seen him with the Lakers and as the jump shooter that he was, even the passer that he was when he was playing with Anthony Davis, I was like, wait a minute, maybe he can pass better than I think he can. My playmaking issues came from when he was in Minnesota. That's where I was with him.
All right, the Trib One said, for Houston, what team would be able to exploit Amin, Tari, DFS, KD, and Jabari defensive lineup? Is there enough offense in that lineup? I don't know. It seems like it could be a top 5 unit in the league.
It's an elite defensive unit.
It's an elite offensive unit.
Switchable, can force turnovers, can shoot from at least 3 positions. I'll be interested in that lineup.
Finney Smith will be nice in the corner hitting them threes, but hopefully when you get healthy. So
I forgot about Finney Smith over there too.
That's one of my biggest strengths I think Houston have is they have a lot of flexibility on what they can go extremely big. They can go small but still be big. Like they're one of the only teams that can scale down in terms of size. No Steven Adams, no Şengün, no Capella, but then still have like a legitimate 7-footer in KD. Jabari 6'10", 6'11". Dorian Finney-Smith is 6'7", 6'8", but long arms. Tari 6'7", 6'8" with long arms. Amen is 6'7", 6'8" with long arms. Like they got length no matter the lineup they have. Like the only guys who are small on their team is Reed and Aaron Holiday.
Yep.
And I don't even know how much Aaron Holiday's gonna play. So like that's the strength they have, the size of their team, the athleticism. So that's their biggest strength, and I'm intrigued.
I think he's one of those guys that's going to play early, Mars. Aaron Holiday. Like I think we'll see him early November. I think we'll see him early December. I think when we get later on in the season, I think that it's not that he's whack. I just think that the lineup is going to already be filled out at that point. Like we're getting closer to the playoffs, and like guys like Aaron Holiday, I think he'll be more of a situational guy than anything.
Denver, LA, and Golden State cooked that lineup. Great defensive lineup still, but they're not going to like Denver.
So Denver, LA.
Golden State cooked that lineup?
Yes, they got Steph Curry still. They're fine.
Okay, I feel you.
You just call them Jerry.
And chill. None of those kids can guard Jimmy Butler. Okay, I'm trying to tell you already before. Like
I think Amin Thompson wants all the smoke. I think Amin Thompson wants all that smoke.
Jimmy is picking on Amin.
All that smoke.
It's not that Jimmy gonna cook him in. It's just that it's just that he's too experienced. He gonna do this a couple times and Min gonna jump.
Yeah, for what it's worth. Amen weren't really jumping on him. Tari, on the other hand, he jump anything.
Yes,
but Amen don't really be jumping on the upfake. Like he got by DeMar in his rookie year, and ever since then he ain't really been like people ain't really. DeMar kind of taught him, hey, stay down on those upfakes. So Jimmy, DeMar since that moment, like he's done a better job. And like DeMar still giving buckets. But Amen ain't jumping for the pump fakes no more. So, growth.
Absolutely.
But even
don't forget, Ox. Keep going.
No, go ahead.
Keep going.
I was just gonna. Go ahead. Chill. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Nah, don't forget, Ox.
What I was gonna say, Ox, is that bully shit. Nah, take that somewhere else because I'm not him. I'm the other dude. So if you think you're gonna push me around out here, you're gonna have to try that with somebody else because it's not gonna be with me. No,
I'm not necessarily saying Jimmy bullies him or nothing like that. I won't say that, but I will say he's gonna pick on him a little bit. I don't think so. I do, but I absolutely, and even if we want to take Golden State out of there, even though I don't want to take Golden State out of there, I still wholeheartedly believe that even that lineup right there gets exploited by Golden State. Denver, it's not a question. They're cooking that lineup.
They can't go to that lineup against Denver. Jokic.
Right. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that with the Clippers.
Jabari covering Joker? No, that's not going to work. No.
You can't do that with the Clippers. No. What was the other team? The Lakers.
You can't do that with the Clippers.
No, you can't. You can't do that with the
Lakers.
I
mean, lineup against the Lakers.
What are you talking about? I don't because Luka Doncic and LeBron James are not worried about these dudes. Like
this is the question. The question was defensively.
Defensively, yes, they can't guard them. That
Lakers?
team is
The Lakers.
No, they can't guard the Lakers. No, they can't.
All right.
No, bro, they cannot. No, they cannot. Okay, yeah, I seen the lineup. I think that's a great lineup. I think it's really dope that when you get 5 guys that can switch and they're got long arms, I think that is really cool. But when you're playing against Luka Doncic and LeBron James, and you know what I'm saying, that doesn't matter. Like, switch if you want to. I don't care who's guarding. Well, none of them guarding Luka. Like, none of them guarding LeBron. It just doesn't matter. And I know y'all hate DeAndre Ayton, but he's still very, especially his ability to score in that mid range. It's just like, oh, you can't do that with him. Now, all the other teams, sure.
I mean, I still think you could put Şengün in their best defensive lineup. I don't. Maybe it's a narrative thing, but Şengün is just a legitimately good defender in my opinion. He's not.
He gets effort.
He gets compared to Jokic.
He gets
maybe
effort.
it's because so people just view him as like a bad defender. But he moves his feet. He definitely presses up into the ball. He's got really good hands, and he's not one of these floor-bound bigs from Europe. No, he jumped. He will contest at the rim vertically. He will block shots. He got I lost count. He got a bunch of chase down blocks last year. Like he moves and he gets up. He's explosive. So I think Şengün is a perfectly good defender that you can put into your best defensive lineups and then still have the offensive punch that he provides. Now, do I think Şengün has shown enough to me where I would call him a hub? No, but he has a really unique skill set that is extremely valuable. So,
but you got to
think I'm in between Ox and Chill in them. In my
Mars, think about the hub. Think about, to Chill's point, think about the hub a bit differently. We do this thing, what do they say, comparisons get the joy, or whatever or similarity, whatever it's called.
Sure.
We're not expecting him to be exactly like Jokic, but in that mid post, he is dangerous. If you got movement on both sides, and he's ISO'd. I don't know a lot of people in the NBA right now that can stop him one-on-one. Just playing out one-on-one. And then, like I said, you put your best player, you put your players in positions to be successful. You put Thompson in that dunker spot. That's where he will take off and become that all-star player. Because you don't need him to do nothing but catch and be athletic. Don't do nothing else. Catch and be athletic. We don't need him on the perimeter. I mean, he can create a little bit as far as like a pump fake, 1 dribble, 2 dribble, get to the bucket. But outside of that, we don't need him spacing the floor. You got Jabari for that. You got KD for that. You can throw Tari Eason in there. You can throw Tate. We forgot about Tate. Tate can come on there and shoot the ball a little bit too. So with all that being said, they have enough individuals on the team to make up for the lack of Van Fleet. Is it a big miss to Ox's point? Absolutely. But it's not the end of the world for them. They got enough just raw talent to make up for it. And at least get them, like you said, that top 3 spot.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Real Talk?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
I'm cool. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I see y'all talking about.
You glowing right now?
Huh?
You glowing right now?
I'm going. What you mean?
Glowing.
Oh, glowing. Oh,
yeah.
I'm trying to sit here and fix the light and shit because I am beaming off the.
I thought you was just happy because the Houston Rockets is, we talk about the Rockets today. I thought.
Yeah, I've been hearing what y'all saying about the Rockets. Unfortunately, I totally agree with Mars. But it's fine, Hey, I don't know if y'all watched their preseason game. Hey, chill. They had a Min Thompson at the 1. Yeah.
He played 26 minutes and had 4 turnovers.
He tried to split a pick and roll and put his whole hand under the ball. Chill.
Yeah, because I just watched his turnovers again. Yeah, he played 26 minutes, got 4 turnovers. One of them was he dribbled all the way under the rim.
Wemby had 6. Wemby had 6 minutes.
We're going to talk about the Spurs. Trust me, we're going to talk about the Spurs.
I'm just making sure.
Just trust me on that. But so one of his turnovers was he got himself buried under the rim, coming downhill off a screen. That's like rule number 1 when you're playing out pick and roll. Don't get yourself caught between the baseline and under the stanchion. That's what he did. Turned the ball over, trying to pass it to Steven Adams.
Dunker spot.
Yeah, but we're talking about him being a ball handler. That's what I'm talking about. The other one, he tries to play out pick and roll. The big steps up. He tries to split the double. Carries the ball. Egregious. Carries the ball. The other 2 times, he tries to drive and get stripped both times.
They call it the carry remark?
The handle is not there yet.
You know how bad you got to carry for them to call carry?
That's what I'm saying. Like
he's bringing the ball. He's doing this. Like he's throwing the ball out in front. Like it's not.
Chill. Watching tape doesn't fix that. Chill. Watching tape does not fix that. You got to keep playing. I think he'll get better at it. But watching tape over the summer ain't gonna stop you from carrying the ball.
I know not to a man. I've been singing the men's praises since before he got drafted. just the ball handling. Like he's going into year 3. He's 22, I think. Like when asking him to be close to what you need to be a point guard, like he's just not gonna be there right now, and that's fine for his development. Like there's two different conversations. You've got what's fine for a men's development. Yeah, it's fine. He's not ready right now. What's fine for the Houston Rockets championship aspirations? No, this is not fine. It's not fine that a man is gonna be your primary ball handler, whatever he's gonna be, with these many limitations. And Reed is. I gotta see. I don't know. I gotta see.
A boy. That's what he is. And not a boy is in like a boy, like a child. He's a boy is in like, he one of them boys. But we don't have to get into that. I do want to touch on.
I'm not backing off. I'm not backing off this. I mean, again, I know how critical you guys are of him, and it's early. It's the preseason, and that's fine. But until I see it go the other way, because I have seen some improvement from this kid. Until I see it go the other way, I'm still in on the Min Thompson being a ball.
Oh no, chill. He's gonna have some games where it's very impressive. Because the one thing about him, man, the reason why I can see the vision as far as people wanting him to play point guard is because like he does see the floor well. He can pass. He can play, making like apply a lot of rim pressure and collapse defenses. No, but another problem they were running into though is like a man is attacking the paint. And they're like, yeah, kick it out to whoever the hell is out there with you. Like, they weren't really worried about that. And that was Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, Atlanta's not no defensive stalwart. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's gonna be some rough possessions offensively.
Who was he kicking it out to, real talk?
Tari or now Bari can shoot. I think Bari is a legit shooter.
Got to close out on him for sure. Got to close out on him.
You got to close out on Reed. That's his one valuable thing. He can shoot the ball. Everybody else though,
Tari, DFS. I'm living with that.
Yeah, we living with this.
Yo, I got a couple more super chats that I do want to read. The first one is from Hello55. Hello said, "Would the New York Knicks be better if you swap Giannis for Brunson, Josh Hart, and Mitchell Robinson?" I think so, and I think that's the only option that'd get the Bucks' attention. Whatever point guard with Bridges, OG, Giannis, and Cat moves me. Thoughts, fellas?
I don't know.
Giannis for Brunson?
Yeah, you probably
Josh Hart?
want to keep Brunson. I don't like Giannis and Cat as a front court, but
No, I don't.
Why not, Moss?
I love that. That's the best front court in the NBA.
What's your issue?
Talent-wise, I'm not arguing. I just don't like that as a defensive front court.
Is it because Giannis has regressed and he's not good enough defensively anymore? That's what I'm saying. Because Rudy Gobert was good enough to protect him, right?
Yeah, because Rudy Gobert's an actual anchor. Giannis isn't. That's different roles.
That's what I mean. Are we at that point with Giannis today where Giannis isn't as good as he used to be defensively, so he can't really protect?
He's just never been Rudy Gobert. He's just never been an anchor. That's not his role. I'm not asking him to be. He's not going to man the middle of your defense. He's going to break everything up on the backside, be a roamer. The motor will dissipate based on factors. But Cat needs to play next to a legitimate anchor. And then you use him as like a post defender, whatever the case, and he looks okay. But like in this lineup, Cat would be he'd be the man in the middle. He'd be the one defending in action. And that's just still bad. And then you lose your point guard, which I think is always a bad thing, especially when it's a point guard as good as Jalen Brunson. If I was the Knicks, if I was that hell-bent on trying to get Giannis in New York, I'd try pair him with Brunson, not.
Yeah, Cat is just not an intelligent basketball player, first and foremost. You watch him out there, he's very talented. I mean, but the stuff that he does.
That's the first time I've ever heard that before. I've never heard anybody say Cat
really?
is a little different.
I've never heard anybody if you watch him,
all those offensive fouls, I can see why someone would say it.
The offensive fouls, the defensive fouls he makes in some of the worst
situations.
Fouling,
yes. 100% the fouling.
That has something to do with intelligence, is it not?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like literally out there what was it, 2 years ago before he got traded to Minnesota, when they were in the Western Conference Finals, he's fouling at half court. Like, what are you doing at half court fouling? It's not a situation for that.
Anthony Edwards has said it. Like, when you foul, we don't win. When you on the floor, we win. When you're not, we don't. And one of the main reasons why is you fouling a lot.
But you also have to remember though, when someone says something like that, who is the person coming behind them? They obviously felt comfortable enough with the growth of Nas Reed to get him out there. They still went to the West Conference Finals. So that shows you that maybe Ant was just trying to, appease the powers that be. But to everyone's point, you got him and Cat.
Two bonehead plays. I remember that you talking about.
That's what I'm telling you. Is that not intelligence, Chill?
Like, what's going on? What are you doing? That was just
so
not smart at all.
Yeah, so
but I mean, don't get me wrong. Players have bonehead plays, right? Real talk. Players will do dumb things from time to time. I just don't remember Cat as just being dizzy, where we look at him and go, "Get this dude off the floor. He killing us."
Well, listen,
I do sometimes do that with Cat, and it is most of the time because of the fouling at like the absolute most unopportune time. Like it'd be like, and here's the thing too, he'll do it. He'll do a dumb foul in foul trouble. So it's like, bro, you knew you had
when he got
fouls
four,
in the
had 3 or 4,
quarter,
right?
And you're reaching at half to pick up your fourth. What are we doing? Like,
or even the way he plays, where I mean, it's like Mars was kind of saying, them offensive fouls when he's going downhill. There's somebody somewhere along the line of basketball is just going to step in front of him and just take a charge because he be going downhill and he don't see nothing. I mean, he just be a bumbling, stumbling. I'm not going to call him an idiot because I don't know him like that, but I'm just saying, but bumbling, stumbling down the lane and causing nothing but havoc. Sometimes it works out for him, sometimes it don't. Then he gets, if he don't get a call, he sits on the floor and is complaining to the refs. The defense goes down, scores. Like, those are elements that I don't think him and Giannis would work well together at all because Giannis plays downhill a lot. He's not shooting the ball. No threes yet. I mean, Cat would have to be just strictly a 3-point shooter, kind of like how Brook was. He can't go to the paint no more. If he did that, maybe it could work. But to Mars's point, defensively, Brook was a great, defensive anchor for Giannis to roam, do whatever he wanted to do, be real aggressive on the ball. To your point, Chill, I don't think that he's done defensively. I just think right now they need his offense so much that he has to give up something. And defense is what it is right now.
You can't come up with Jalen Brunson in that trade. Like,
you can't.
That's the biggest thing for me. You can't do that.
So am I getting fired if I move Brunson for Giannis?
I'd fire you.
Yeah.
I think you
would get fired for getting a better player.
You say I got a top 2
worst team though.
Like, that would be the sentiment. I don't think you get fired.
Yeah,
I wouldn't fire you, but I'd be hesitant, not because of Giannis' skill set, but I'd be hesitant to see how it works. But
Mars, I'm saying I'd fire you because the team got worse. You got a better player, but you got worse. You don't got Jalen Brunson. You lose a lot. You lose a lot of that fourth quarter scoring. You lose an ISO scorer that can get you a bucket if things go bad. Like you lose your point guard. It's like what? It's just like you got to. It's just like we're talking. Just like we're. Just like when we're talking about
those things. That's what he's saying. He's saying Giannis can do those.
Well, okay, cool, but just like you did with Houston, you got a better player in Kevin Durant, but then you lose your point guard. So yeah, you got a great player, but you got worse. You know what I'm saying? So
I would give up Cap for Giannis before I do Jalen Brunson.
Yes,
that would be my proposal. But
yeah, that's different. You get Cat, you switch Cat and Giannis, I think you get better. You switch Giannis and JB, I think you get worse.
And I think Giannis can play with an interior big. I don't like the idea that you need to get a floor space. I think Giannis and Mitch Robinson would work. I think Giannis is a good enough interior passer. I think Mitch Robinson is an amazing offensive rebounder. And if you're telling me Giannis can't finish with a big down at the rim, I just think you're lying to yourself. So I think Giannis and an interior big can work. I've seen Zion work with interior bigs for 5 years. And Giannis is 6'11" and better. And
even with that Mars too, because I do like that. If Giannis gets doubled, let's say the opposing big steps over, obviously Giannis can make that pass. He's shown us he can make that pass. But even if Giannis shoots over the double team and misses, exactly. Like Mitchell Robinson, you know how many tip dunks Mitchell Robinson have playing next to Giannis?
Mitch Robinson might be the best offensive rebounder in the league, if not 1 or 2, like him and Steven Adams. Like, I think that works perfectly fine with Giannis. So minus the free throw to shoot, that would be cool. But
yeah.
That aside, I think that would work fine. So if I was the Knicks,
Giannis, his last evolution in his game is playing more of the 5. In my opinion, I do think he should probably. He's never been, like Mars said, like an anchor to a defense. I do think he should try to hone in on them skills as he gets older, though, because it's the 4 or 5, that kind of double big lineup, and both of them, Giannis is getting worse at guarding on the perimeter, and obviously you don't really want Mitchell Robinson doing that either. So I don't know. I think he should try to hone in on some drop coverage skills as he gets older. We'll see.
All right, the last super chat I want to read before we give our predictions on and expectations on what we think the Rockets will do this year is from Cowboy Bob. Obviously, he has something to say about that trade that was proposed. He said, "Stop it. Lies about that front court. This trade trash. Knicks lose spacing, lose three-point shooter. Cat not the answer. Drop the link."
He meant Giannis.
Oh, he meant Giannis? Giannis is not the answer. Real fans know this won't work. Let's talk facts. Real, go New York, go.
He just wanted the link. None of us said that we would trade for Giannis. To the Knicks. We just said if there was the option between trading Brunson for Giannis or Cat for Giannis, I think we would all choose trading Cat for Giannis. I'm on team. If I'm the Bucks, I'm not trading Giannis. I've been on that side for a minute. I don't feel the need. I think the Knicks should see what they got this year.
Especially not to the Knicks. Especially not to the Knicks.
Right.
Yeah,
If
so
I'm the Bucks,
I'm not saying trade Cat for Giannis. I'm saying if I had to choose between one or the other, that's what I would choose. But I don't have to choose. So
Mars, I'm with you. I'm with you. If I'm Milwaukee, I'm not trading Giannis. If I'm Giannis, get me the hell out of here.
I'm there with you on that.
Gotta go.
Absolutely.
I'm be honest, I gotta go. Right.
I'm tired of watching Giannis in Milwaukee, bro. I'm over that.
All right, fellas. We got the Houston Rockets. Go ahead, chill. No. Talk to us. What you got?
Because I think we're in year. What are we in? Year 12 now with are we in year 12 with Giannis? Yeah, I think we're in year 12 now.
13.
Yeah, 13. How long, real talk, and I this is an honest question. How long before we would have been saying, get James out of Cleveland? How long would it have been if he stayed there, if he never left?
I mean,
if he had a championship, people wouldn't be saying anything, I'd assume.
That is true. Giannis did get him one, but even still, I mean, I was saying that about like 09. I'm like,
I'm just wondering. I don't want to make this a James conversation.
It's really time to get up out of here for real.
I don't want to make this a James conversation.
But those Cavs teams were contenders, though. The Bucks aren't.
Yeah, it's even worse in Mill. Yeah,
like Giannis is in a worse situation right now than Bron was in 09 and 2010. I don't care what people try and tell me about how bad those Cavs teams allegedly were. This Bucks team is worse.
No, they was winning 60 games. 20. That Cavs team, they was winning 60
they're
games.
Very
good. They was.
Teams.
Yeah, they was
playing with Miles
games.
Turner.
Yeah, I just wonder. That's all. I'm sorry to interrupt, Ron. As you were saying.
All right, fellas. The Houston Rockets and expectations this year. I need you guys to let me know how you feel. Also, too, I did want to bring up this point from Khalil 2025. Khalil said by December 15th, Houston's PG problems will be solved. He's mentioning that date. Yeah, that's when they can make moves. I do believe, I'm not going to say December 15th, but I believe by the All-Star break, that Houston will, if they don't see that internally they can fix their point guard problem, or that somebody has stepped up and proven that they can be a starting caliber point guard, I do believe that they have the assets, and I do believe that they have the urgency to go grab somebody that will be able to step in.
Somebody?
Drew Holiday.
Who's available?
Drew Holiday.
Portland is not handing over Drew Holiday.
Why? Listen. Why? No, wait. What? Just hear me ask a question.
Drew Holiday's making like $35 million.
Wait. Why does Portland need Drew Holiday? What's their timeline?
Well, who are they going to get for Drew Holiday? That's first.
Larry, asking these questions, I just want to give you some context. It's some guys up here that believe Portland's actually a playoff contending team. So,
I don't, but. You know what I'm saying? Like who?
I just think they're a solid team. I wouldn't put them in the playoffs, but
I like it. So if you say these players, I'm not against it. I just wanted to make sense. Like,
I can tell. So I mean, without chill, no disrespect, they're not a playoff team. Maybe not even a playing team. But with all that being said, what does Houston have a lot of? Athletic young wings.
They got a lot of athletic.
So a lot of
they got like 3.
Are you?
That's a lot, Moss.
Houston.
Does Portland need that?
Who else is their athletic young wings?
Yeah, if you don't throw the young in there, you can add DFS.
It's athletic young wings. They got 3, and the men ain't going nowhere. So they really only.
So you got Deshaun Tate, Jabari Smith.
Deshaun Tate is like 29.
You got
in his prime, still young.
He's not good.
That works. That works. Tar Eason.
Prime Jay Sean
Tari
Tate is
Eason.
not a valuable trade piece. He's also
Not for Drew
just the
Holiday's
greatest-
not
he's
for
also
Drew
not the
Holiday's
greatest
not.
player.
No,
I love Jay.
you guys
love
make it
Jay
seem-
Sean Tate's
you-
effort, his hustle.
you-
But come on,
guys-
we talking about young
But
athletic.
you guys are derailing the concept. You guys are you're thinking I'm talking about a 1-for-1. If I give you 2 serviceable wings, 6, 7,
They got
whatever the case may be,
serviceable wings.
and some picks. Who? Jeremy Grant got to go. It's time for Grant to go. His time is.
They got
is coming
Denny.
fast,
They got
respectfully.
Denny. They got Denny. They got
Avia.
Tamani.
Mhm. And you see that money on.
They got
on
Tamani.
Grant's
They got
contract?
Shaden
Hell
Sharp.
no, Houston don't want that.
I mean,
money.
what about a guy that's almost done? A guy that's in the twilight. What about
About
Who?
what's starting to
You cut out. You cut
I
out.
thought I was tripping.
Oh, okay. I was. You know what? Never mind. There's a reason I cut out. Never mind.
Y'all, and I don't want to go. I don't want to go too deep into who Houston would trade for because that can be a whole episode in and of itself. But I do want to because we still got to get to the Spurs, we got to get to the Grizzlies, and then we got to get to the Pelicans. But what are you guys' expectations on the Rockets?
I think they're a
Top
50+
four
win
seeds.
team.
top 4 seeds? Absolute best case scenario, they get favorable matchups and get to the conference finals. But realistically, first or second round exit, in my opinion.
Ron, I think they're a 50+ win team. I think they're going to be one of the better defensive teams in the game. I think they're a semifinals team at best. I'd be surprised if they made it to the conference finals. I don't think we're there yet.
As of right now, I got them like 4th, 5th seed. Probably, this is gonna sound nasty. No PG, they get bounced in the first round. But
Bounced.
I do think there's a legit PG on the market that they can get. And that's Darius
Former
Garland.
MVP. Oh.
No. Whoa.
No. You just said money. Everybody said money. They can't afford Darius.
Yeah, but
If they
Darius
can't afford
Garland's
Drew, they
like
can't afford
young
Darius.
too. He's not 30.
I don't know
What's
how
this Darius Garland
I-
traded shit
they
about?
can't-
What's
I
going
don't know
on?
how Darius
They can't.
Garland would be attainable, but like crazier things have happened. But
I think you get off.
yeah,
That's when I'm willing to try to get off a few of those younger wings, and even maybe a potential good piece. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if you still have like a Min, KD, Bari, Sengun, anything else, I'm willing to have a chat.
If they were exploring trades with Tari, surely they would have extended him so he made more money. Because right now Tari's on like what? He got drafted 17th.
Mhm.
Tari's making like maybe 4 million. Like they would have extended him if they were exploring trades. Surely that's what I would think. But I'm not a
Yeah.
businessman. But it doesn't make sense to try like Tari's extremely valuable, really good player. Any contender would love a Tari Eason. But he
Would
makes
you
so
give
little
up- would
money
you
that you're
give
not
up
going to get much
Jabari
back
to
in
get a
return.
point guard as good as Darius Garland if you're the Rockets.
Jabari?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I wouldn't even think twice.
I'm
No
going
disrespect
to
to
be here,
Mhm.
and I know how you guys feel about this, but I'm going to be here, Larry, in December, a week before Christmas, when the Houston Rockets are, I don't know, 20-5, and they fighting. They're like 2 games out the 1 seed, and
Chill,
they got
I'm with you.
one of the. I'll be real interested to hear what the conversation is going to be like then when this team is.
If you
doing it.
check their schedule, chill, they should
This
start
is
out
a Houston
good.
team that was the 2 seed last year, and everyone knew they weren't going far in the playoffs. So like,
which
no
we've
one's
already
out
established
win
that.
regular season games.
We've already established that.
Yes, but chill. The early part of their schedule is pretty weak. It's like it's not that great. It's not that the beginning of the season for them leading up to Christmas time is not very strenuous. So let's not just look at this the what you call it, the record. Don't just look at their record going into there because it's gonna look better than the team is. The competition isn't that stiff starting off. So yeah, they might start
Yes,
off great.
it is.
And hopefully
Yes,
Hopefully
Yes,
that
it is,
doesn't
Doc.
stop them from going to trade for a point guard. Because if it does, they're going to pay for that in the second half of their
absolutely.
schedule. They will
They
absolutely.
open-
Well, real quick though, Chill, I know they opened up OKC, but that doesn't matter. They opened up OKC, but the rest of October, November, December is not that great. So if
Yes,
they are, I disagree. If they are winning more games, then that should not stop them from trading for a point guard. If it does stop them from trading to a point guard, they will regret it, and it will heavily impact what happens for the rest of the season. They need to make a trade. They have to. They have to, Chill, because they will pay for it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. If you bank off of that the beginning of the record, it's gonna be bad.
To your point, they open up against Oklahoma City. They got Detroit, Brooklyn, W, Toronto, Boston, Dallas, Memphis, San Antonio, Milwaukee, Washington, Portland, Orlando, Cleveland, Denver, Phoenix, Golden State, Utah twice, Sacramento, Phoenix, Dallas. What are we doing, yo?
They start off 20-5. They hooping.
That's what I'm thinking. Real talk.
Yeah,
that's 20
and 5.
I didn't say 20 and 5.
I think
that's what Jill was saying.
I think that's actually a pretty decent schedule. I think what we have to acknowledge, the West is so stacked. No team is going to have an easy schedule. Like, we're going to go through everything. You're going to hear Dallas.
And you guys keep doing that.
We keep reading off these Western Conference team schedules. Like, yeah, you're going to hear a lot of tough teams. For sure, but when I hear the Wizards and the Raptors and the Nets, that's a good schedule. Like,
what's okay? I thought you were saying that it was. Yeah, saying what's so tough about Brooklyn, Toronto, Boston?
Yeah, for the standards of the West, the Rockets have a good schedule for the standards of the West. Like, you're never gonna have in the West, you're never gonna have a schedule where you're gonna see Charlotte, Washington, Brooklyn. Like, you're never gonna see a stretch of games where you have all of those.
They're mid, but they're not sorry.
Yeah, but when you're in the West, if you see a mid team, that's favorable.
They're not mid. They're
garbage. For the standards of the West, the
Rockets you think? Whoa, you are supposed to be the Jaylen Brown nigga up here. What are you talking about? They're garbage.
He can do Jaylen Brown.
I when you do shit like that. Yes, I am high on Jaylen Brown, but am I high on them losing KP, Drew, Al Horford, and they lost their whole damn starting lineup?
They did. No, Derek White play.
I'm supposed to be high. I'm not as high on Derek White as y'all are. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't feeling the Anthony Simons minutes up?
I'm supposed to be high on Anthony Simons. What's
Kata?
The dude that's built like me, the fat Niang.
George Niang and
Kata. They already traded him. I think they already traded him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
He's not there.
They don't got him. They're sorry, bro. They're sorry.
Y'all, I do want to say this, and then Larry, I want to get your prediction too. What are y'all gonna say when Houston comes out opening night and beats the hell out of OKC?
That's gonna be a treacherous day after for Chill up here, because that amend PG shit is going to be slandered to the God.
No. When Houston beats OKC, so they can't beat OKC one night. Come on.
Anyone can beat
Bro, there's
anyone
gonna be
in the
25
NBA.
turnovers.
OKC are the prohibitive favorites, and I think they will win. But Houston absolutely can beat OKC. And the issue is we're going to be here the next day, and there's going to be overreaction FC telling me about how the Houston Rockets going to win a championship because the men only had 2 turnovers and they won by 14. But like the reality is, it's the regular season. I'm going to see the Nets beat a contender this year, and some of us are going to be like,
very true.
They're frauds. Oh, we always knew it ain't going to win no championship. Like, that's what we're going to do over the course of 82 games. We know what's going to happen.
I can't wait for that.
It's going to be a dominant team, and we're going to talk about how they actually have no chance of a championship. Houston absolutely can beat OKC. Part of it might be because OKC's on ring night, and who thinks? Maybe they just don't show up to the game and they're just chilling because they just got their rings and they're here, they're having fun. Maybe some of it is the men has a really good game, and then they'll turn around and play the Nets the next week, and the men has 7 turnovers. Like,
I can guarantee you.
I beg we don't participate in overreaction FC.
Let's bet that spread.
I know we will, but I beg we don't.
No, I'm not betting that spread.
It don't matter. I'll bet you because you're not going. There's no point in betting you because you're not going to pay up anyway. So it's just like, I'm not going to deal with you.
Y'all hear this cop out? Thank you, Real Talk. Finally, I get some credibility and respect up here.
That game is in what, a week or two? Like, bro, come on. Like,
it's okay. I don't want that cheap ass $3 you got anyways. I'll go to the casino and they'll pay up right on the spot. Yo, Larry, what's your expectations for the Houston Rockets this year?
Yeah, I got Houston top 3. I think that I don't see them falling out of the top 3. It's going to take a Herculean effort from some of the teams in the West. I think like the Clippers, my squad is going to be just trying to get to the playoffs and then figure it out from there. We ain't got to go into the teams, but I think top 3. I think what they got is just enough. I think what they dealt with last year, almost kind of similar to what OKC dealt with. You know, they were young. They made it to the playoffs, underperformed. They came back stronger, better. I think their main players are going to be ready to play this year. And then with KD, he's an ultimate X factor. He's that cheat code that, you know, he'll average 25 in the sleep this year. So, yeah, efficient 25 at that.
Do you
All
guys
right.
think Memphis would be willing to get off Scottie Pippen Jr.?
No.
Or
For the right price, yeah.
Because that's what I would be looking at if I was. Because now that they got Ty Jerome, I'm just thinking they got Ty Jerome. Maybe we can prize away a Scottie Pippen Jr. I think he would be great.
Or-
He plays defense,
For
he
Memphis.
can pass,
Or for the Rockets.
for
the
Houston.
Rockets,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I would be looking at.
I
I don't
would
know what
think-
the price would be, but
I
I
would
would
think,
that would
yeah.
be something I'd be interested in.
I would look at Keontae George or Marcus Sasser. Those two other, because
I like
Whatever.
Marcus.
I like Marcus.
Sasser.
I like
Back
Marcus.
to the age.
Marcus is not right. Bring him back to the age. He's not going to get a lot of playing time in Detroit. They could probably plug him for something. He's on that rookie deal. You know, I know Sky's not on an expensive deal either. And then you think about Keontae George with Utah. They drafted another point guard, not just a point guard, but a winner, and Clayton Jr. So, and they got your boy from USC, Collier. They got a lot of players the same, not just the same position, the same size. So, you know, Keontae is their best version of those 3 as far as, like, you know, what he's done in the NBA thus far. So you might be able to plug him too. He's only making about $4 million. So I think one of those 2, I mean, they're young. And to Ox's point, if they make a trade, I wouldn't bet on them this trade for a younger point guard, getting them over the hump and getting a championship, but it aligns with their timeline with the younger players and stuff like that to really build something for the future. So,
Ron, since we already
I'm keeping
entertaining
my
this
eye
thing,
out on Ox team too for Malik, because I know y'all might be wholesaling
Hey,
soon.
Houston
Y'all
get
start-
Malik,
Yeah,
boy.
I don't know what's going
Woo!
on. Do the Kings think Malik sucks? Like, everything I hear is that they're trying to get off Malik.
Yeah, they try to get
Like,
off of him for whatever reason.
do my eyes deceive me? Because I swear I think Malik is just really good. Like, am I wrong? Am I way off base?
Hey Mars, they just trying to lose the fan base finally. It's been 20 plus years, and we stuck beside him. We stuck by him. Now we ditch Malik for anybody. Hey, I'm telling you right now. This motherfucker will come down. I'm telling you right now, I am done. I'm through with it. All right. But we're not talking about the Kings right now. Let's stick with the Houston Rockets.
Hey, Ox, what is that next to the Kings thing? To the left.
Oh, Nick.
no.
No worries. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next team. We got the Memphis Grizzlies, y'all.
Hold on. What we moving on for? You didn't ask me no questions, bro.
I didn't?
That's just that. No, you didn't, Ron.
Time
You
for them to
didn't.
be the worst team in the division. Go ahead, Ox.
No, I don't think they're the worst team in the division. But as far as the conference goes and where they're going to be, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to give y'all this: Clippers, Lakers, OKC, Denver, Minnesota, Golden State, Dallas. That's 7 teams right there that are better than the Houston Rockets.
In the
That's all I
regular
gotta say
season or
about
just better period? Like,
Just
we got
overall.
we got Rob, we got to unplug this, bro. This is blasphemy right here. This is crazy, bro.
Memphis is not better than Houston. No, they not.
That's crazy.
He
That's
said the typical 6, so the 3 in the Pacific.
Not the Lakers. They're
Denver,
not better than
OKC,
them right now. There's
Denver,
no way.
OKC and Minnesota. So the typical
I don't
6, and then he
think
added
Memphis is
Dallas.
better
Like,
than Houston.
so like, in a playoff setting, I could see Houston losing to all of those teams. I could. In the regular season, I think they'll be better than the old teams. That's where I'm at. So the Warriors, the Clippers, I think they'll be better than them in the regular
the
season
Lakers.
because of load management and just having old guys who are probably not.
That's it.
trying
And
to
I
go
didn't.
all out there.
Only team in the division I said was better than them was Dallas. So I didn't say San Antonio. I didn't say Memphis. I didn't say New Orleans. I wouldn't say. I'm just saying, like, I'll run those teams down one more time so there's no misunderstandings. Chill. Lakers, Clippers, Denver, OKC, Golden State, Minnesota, Dallas.
Y'all talked about Dallas already?
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was the first team you just spoke about.
Hey,
Yeah, I saw you say you think they'll beat Denver in a series.
I think
I
they're
don't
the
think
second
it's
best
way
team
off bet- yeah.
in the West. Yeah.
I don't think it's way off base, Ox, to a point if you're talking about in a playoff series. just in the regular season, no Kyrie, I think that kind of hurts Dallas regular season seeding. The Lakers having the oldest man in the NBA who's probably going to be load managing. Questions about their defense. I think defense is what raises your floor in the regular season. And I think their defense is a question mark. So I would take Houston over them in the regular season. The Clippers and the Warriors and their age, I think that's a major concern. So I think I would be very shocked if Houston don't have home court in the playoffs. But with that being said, I wouldn't be very shocked if they lost in the first round. So, like, that's where I stand. I think they'll be a really good regular season team, but I think they could lose in the first round in the playoffs. But I also think they could go to the conference finals with extreme matchup luck. So, probably.
All right, fellas. I know I said we were going to do the Grizzlies next. I lied. We are going to do Real Talk's hometown, San Antonio. Let's talk about the Spurs. How do you guys feel about the Spurs this year?
First and foremost, real talk. Where are you from? So we clear.
From
San Antonio.
Texas.
You are from San Antonio.
Texas. That's where I'm from. Born and raised.
You know why he's saying that, right? Real talk. He fat shaming.
Yeah, he applying the Charles Barkley method.
Yeah, he fat
Yeah,
shaming.
That's cool though. That's cool.
Ron,
though.
are you on the churros?
When I saw, I saw
on the
Ron in
churros?
that picture looking like Atlanta Joker though. I did see that picture. yeah. A little sassy Joker. You okay? I saw you though. I see you though. Facts.
All right, well, you start with San Antonio and let us know how you love them churros down there. Go ahead.
No, I think San Antonio's really good. Wemby's obviously an amazing player. Aren't they missing like Fox and Harper to start the season though?
Well, I don't know if Dylan Harper's
missing
going to
Fox.
miss opening night. Fox won't be there opening night, but Dylan Harper's not playing preseason. I know that.
Yeah.
So
I don't
another
know.
point? Bring it
Placing them in the regular season is hard because they're already like starting off with injury. But like Wemby does have the potential of being so good to where it really doesn't matter like who's out there with him. He can just floor raise the defense, and then again, if we're talking about him being better as like a mid-post scorer, getting stronger, cutting out some of that fat in his offensive game, like he might just be good enough to guarantee 47 to 49 wins in a regular season setting just with him being on the court. And then that's when we're talking about like, oh, he's a legitimate top 3 to 5 player in the league, because that's what those kind of players do. Like if Giannis plays, it damn near don't matter who he out there playing with in Milwaukee, they're going to get to like 48 to 50 wins. Same with Jokic. So if Wemby's that good, I don't know. They still got a shot in the West just because of Wemby on the roster.
I think
To perform well in the regular season. They still get bounced in the playoffs though.
I think this team.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this team is less talented than I think that they are, but I think that the dirty work stuff that they do is going to win them a lot of games. Wemby isn't what I think he's going to be yet. I think we're getting close to that. I do think that we're getting close to that, but I do think that there's still some glaring flaws in Wemby's game. I still don't like him around the rim as much. I think he should be around the rim more than he is. I'd like to see that more with him. The dirty work guys that they got, real talking, Sochan, this kid Carter Bryant is going to have to play. He's going to play himself into the lineup where it's going to be difficult to keep him off the floor. So Sochan, him, Devin Vassell, I think that they're going to win a lot of games this season off grit. Like with De'Aaron Fox being their primary ball handler and playmaker and downhill guy, I think that's going to help them because I think Castle's going to play off of him really well. But I think a lot of their games, because their offense can get stagnant, even with Wemby cracking the long ball like he does, I think their offense is going to get stagnant. And a lot of the stuff that they're going to get is going to be off second chance opportunities, grit, Wemby going to the offensive glass. I think this team could win anywhere between, to your point, 45 to 48 games.
That guy Penn put you on the Carter Bryant guy. He looked really good in that preseason game. And I do think for whatever reason, this is just a battle that me, you, and Ron are going to have to continue to fight. People just don't think De'Aaron Fox is that good. I really don't understand. Like, I don't I don't know.
What does that?
De'Aaron
give
Fox is really good to me.
He's going to be back. We're going to be talking about him again at the end of the season. We're going to be talking
Yeah.
about him again back in the top 5 league guards in the game conversation. We're going to have
Oh,
that
I know I
conversation
wouldn't be
again.
doing that, but shout out to De'Aaron.
Yes, I think we're going to be back there again. Yes.
I won't be shocked if De'Aaron Fox makes the All-Star team too this year. I will absolutely not be shocked.
I wouldn't be like, oh my god, that wouldn't surprise me. Top 5 point guard, hell no. But like top 10 range, yeah, I can see that.
I
don't know. I don't know top 5 chill because I mean you already got Luka,
SGA, Luka, Curry,
Steph,
Brunson.
Brunson.
Okay. Now we have in that other.
So now you're
stage,
acting
we
like
got
Trey.
He not bad in K. He not bad in
Trey Young. That's where I have him at in that space. Trey Young, and him. That's where I have him at.
I think he's very clearly worse than Cade. So like I don't see unless Steph falls off a cliff.
Is this the
I don't
same
see him being
Cade,
in the top
Mars,
5,
that you tell me
but-
about? And when you talk about playoff
talking about
rises,
Cade.
it's the same Cade that shot 18% at the long ball line in the playoffs. You hate
Yes.
that. And,
I
and
hate
De'Aaron Fox has shown that he will get busy in the playoffs. He's shown that. Injuries kind of tripped him up.
Cade has played 6 playoff games and De'Aaron Fox has played 7. If you know anything about me, you know I don't make sweeping statements about anyone.
No, you don't.
Based on 6
No,
or
you
7
don't.
games from either one of them.
You do
I
not
think
do
Cade is
that.
a better
I've
shooter
heard
than
some sweeping
18.
statements.
I think Cade is a better shooter than 18%. I think De'Aaron Fox played well against the Warriors before he broke his thumb? He broke?
Yeah, his hand.
His finger, index finger on
I
his
know he
finger.
broke his
Okay.
hand.
And I think De'Aaron was playing really well against the Warriors before he broke his finger or whatever it was. I think Cade, point blank period, is just a better player. Do I think
Basketball player to basketball player.
Yes, I think Cade plays the sport better than De'Aaron Fox does. I think Trae Young is probably better than De'Aaron Fox, but I can understand the avenues for why you would rather have De'Aaron Fox. He's not as turnover prone, the speed, the athleticism, the ability to get into mid-range and operate there. I understand the case for De'Aaron over Trae. I don't understand the case for De'Aaron over Cade. I think Cade is better on both sides of the ball. So I don't understand. That's where I'm at. I just don't understand.
I don't think so.
Let's get back to Spurs, man. Get back to Spurs.
The Fox
go ahead.
Wemby pick and roll. The Fox Wemby pick and roll should be one of the highest rated pick and rolls next year. And if it's not, then
Is
that
it
means
though?
something.
Real talk.
They said that about Dame and Giannis pick and roll.
Which is I was about to ask you that. How do you feel about Wemby as a screener?
He's not the greatest screener, chill, but even still, just his ability to so when De'Aaron Fox comes off of that pick,
Sure.
your big has to be shading towards him in the drop coverage. Otherwise, it's just going to get all the way downhill unless you're just applying crazy gap help. But
Sure.
that pick and pop is going to be there 24/7. And if Wemby can hit that top of the key 3 at like 39%, I mean, that's
But you gonna
very good.
overreact to that pick and pop then?
You said what?
Are you gonna overreact to that pick and pop? Like regardless of the percentages? Or like you really gonna be overly concerned? Because like Jokic runs pick and pop with Jamal Murray, and I still don't see him get closeouts, and he shot 43.
Yeah, but the difference is that Wemby has definitely shown to be like he'll shoot that shit damn near every time if you'll let it. Like, you know, like Jokic.
Yeah,
Jokic
but
is
isn't that playing into the defense's hand? Like if Wemby shoots 14 threes, are you not like? As a
Absolutely.
We love that.
Yeah, we love that. We love that.
Like,
Not
because
if he
if you
makes
leave
8
Wemby
of
open,
them.
he'll shoot it. Yeah,
Yeah,
on
he
the
gonna
nights
make
he makes 8 of them,
7,
but then
8
there's
of
also gonna be the nights where he makes 2 of them. Law of averages.
And he goes 3.
Okay.
He goes 3 for 11 at the
So
long
like
ball
what
line.
I'm
That's
saying
gonna
is
happen.
if we're gonna run the pick and pop, right? Wemby can shoot 39% on the season. But is that gonna cause defenses like are you gonna run Wemby off the line knowing everything he can do inside the line?
I think Mars'
do
point
think,
real talk is
I do think
he's
you'll-
living with him shooting jump shots.
I get what Mars is saying.
Yeah.
Again, I think the difference between Wemby and Jokic is that
Yep.
Jokic is not as willing of a shooter, so that naturally kind of forces like less closeouts. But even if you don't close out to Wemby in that situation, are you saying it? Okay, let's say De'Aaron puts his defender in jail, kicks it back out to Wemby.
Well, De'Aaron would have to put his defender in jail, but that would mean they would have to go over the screen. Are they going over the screen on De'Aaron?
No.
Like that's rule number 1. Like you can't go in jail if they're going under.
Yeah.
So like we got to start like is he?
We
even
can
getting
start
them in
there. Even okay, he goes under the
it-
screen. Wemby gets the kick out pass. Wemby
You
now
don't get a kick out pass.
either he
You
can
can't
decide
get
to
a kick
shoot
out pass
that.
on a going under. You can't get a kick out pass. He goes under. That's not
because
how
then
it
the
works.
big doesn't have to help.
Yeah.
The big doesn't have
I
to
think
take
the big
over
has
for
to
that.
help anyway because of the threat of De'Aaron Fox. Even
But there's no
because
threat,
even
but
even if your guard is trying to meet him on the other side going under, I think De'Aaron Fox is quick enough to still
there's
get that.
you're right. He is quick enough, but there's no threat on the perimeter. There's no other shooters on the court. So with that being said, there's no everybody's going to be in the paint. And the biggest issue, and kind of we talked about this earlier with the Mavericks. Unfortunately, Wemby's not a rolling threat just yet. He's not like he doesn't roll with like one thing on his mind. I'm rolling to almost Dwight Howard.
You don't think he could develop that this year though?
No,
Especially with a guy like De'Aaron Fox?
It's possible, but also at the same time, and I'm knocking on every piece of wood that I can in my house. When you roll, you're gonna get beat up and hit a whole lot. I don't know if Wemby wants all that right now.
Well,
I think Wemby's
I'm glad you brought that up, Larry.
I just think he doesn't roll with enough frequency, but I think Wemby's a roller.
Can you guys give me some pick and roll guys that are like pick tandems that are really good? Just off the top of your head.
I think Chris Paul and Wemby was good last year.
Okay.
I mean, Luka and Lively were nice.
Luka Lively.
Stephen Draymond is like the pinnacle.
Stephen Draymond. And I'll just mean like today, like overall.
Oh, and then Jameer, and Dwight.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they had a good one.
All of these guys that you're bringing up, Harden and Capella were really good, Mars. No question about that. I love those guys. All of those guys that you're bringing up, Larry, one of the things that they did in order for this to work is they hit guys on screens. This thing doesn't work if you don't hit guys on screens. Wemby doesn't screen like that. Yep. That's why I was asking you, real talk, because I don't think Wemby screens enough for it to be as effective. Like I see a lot of ghost screens. I see a lot of elbows and like tagging guys. Like that's not going to free up Fox. That's not helping him out at all. And I understand that guys going under screens because they don't want to get beat off the dribble with Fox. But if I'm screening a guy, that gives me way more space when a guy goes under the screen. That means I can crack this 17, 18-footer. As opposed to if I'm just tagging a guy, then I can easily recover back to De'Aaron Fox if that's going on. I think if Wemby screens better, I think that this two-man tandem between him can be better. I haven't seen that. That's one of the main reasons why both Dame and Giannis didn't work. Because I don't think Giannis is as good a screener as people give him credit.
He's not, but even though like Mars just alluded to it though, like Wemby's not the greatest screener. Still had a good pick and roll game with Chris Paul. Giannis isn't the greatest screener. He hasn't been for his career. Still had a really good pick and roll game with Chris Middleton when he was there. Low-key had one with KPJ a little bit. They had a good little chemistry.
We're missing the biggest point in every one of those tandems you mentioned had at least two shooters surrounded by him. You said Giannis and Middleton. You had
but Vassell and Harrison Barnes can shoot the ball though.
Drew Holiday can knock down the shot.
You know what I'm saying?
Vassell and Harrison Barnes can shoot. Yeah.
I mean, so I'm giving Vassell that shot.
It sounds like you're surrounding Wemby with a bunch of mid defenders, though, which I don't think is ideal. But that's a different conversation.
But then you could also make an argument like he can cover up enough for that.
But I don't want them to fall into the Rudy Gobert paradigm of we got this guy who can anchor an elite defense. Let's just put bums on defense.
Now, if Carter Bryant is the actual shooter, though. So
Carter Bryant gonna be huge. Stephon Castle's development is gonna be huge. Yeah. But small sample size. Take this with a grain of salt. Very small sample size. Wasn't fully healthy. Want to caveat these numbers. But De'Aaron Fox, when he was in San Antonio, only produced 0.66 points per possession in pick and roll.
He was bad in San Antonio, though.
I'm not saying that's going to be their whole life with him and Wemby. It wasn't only Wemby setting them screen. They didn't actually play a whole lot together.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is that I think it's not going to be seamless right away. And that we need to see how it manifests, how it develops, how the teams guard De'Aaron in pick and roll, how the teams guard Wemby. Is Wemby going to be someone who's a willing roller? Is he going to get guarded on the pop? Our team's going to go under on De'Aaron Fox screens. And then are the Spurs in general going to add wrinkles into the pick and roll where they're just going to run, okay, we're going to have one in the corner, one on the wing, one in the corner, basic pick and roll, where they're going to add stuff where they're clearing out empty side. Like, what are they doing? Like, there's a lot of questions that surround the Spurs offense. And I also don't think they have a bunch of good defenders. And then the good defenders they do have a lot of question marks offensively. I would argue, depends on how you view De'Aaron. I'll be willing to paint De'Aaron as a slight positive for the sake of the conversation. I'd be willing to argue, Wemby notwithstanding, the only legitimately positive defenders on the roster, like actually positive defenders who we've seen be positive at the NBA level, is Jeremy Sohan. Everyone else is neutral and negative. That's
So
not
this is
ideal
where we
to me.
are.
Carter Bryant is a question mark. I'm willing to bet Carter Bryant will be good.
Mhm.
I'm willing to
Sure.
bet that. So I would say Sohan and Carter Bryant will be legitimate positives alongside Wemby, and everyone else will be slight positives, neutrals, or negatives. Devin Vassell was touted as a defender, hasn't showed that in the NBA yet. Stephon Castle was a good defender for a rookie, but if we're talking about contending, Stephon Castle was not a good defender at the NBA level last year. He was good for a rookie. Dylan Harper, yet to see. De'Aaron Fox, slight positive, neutral, however you want to grade him. Oh, Luke Cornett, but I was talking about like wing defenders.
With
So like,
Wemby,
that's where I'm at. Like, they don't have
Yeah.
elite defensive personnel. Harrison Barnes is not a good defender anymore. So like, that's where I struggle with the Spurs. I feel like the roster is not there yet to the level where people are like, oh, playoff team. I think if they make the play-in 8-9, and
That's a
then
win for them.
if they get into the first round, great. If they lose in the play-in in the tough 4-8-9 matchup, I think that's about what I would expect. So that's where I'm at with the Spurs. I don't think they're as good as people think. Personally.
With
Not
Wemby, with Wemby
Yeah,
being the anchor, with Wemby being the anchor on defense, I'm not saying that this is the 21, Utah Jazz. I'm not going that far. No, but what I am saying is that I do think that these guys are competent more on defense than what they had in Utah. I don't think that they have complete bums. I can appreciate that the numbers say that these guys are less of a positive, but they are still a positive. And this guy, Carter Bryant, like I said, I don't think that Carter Bryant is great defensively as a rookie, but I do think that he's functional enough that he's going to be in space where he's going to make good things happen, whether it's getting on the floor for loose balls. I think getting on the glass, being able to steal the ball in pick and roll. I think he's competent enough to do stuff like that, even in limited minutes. So then I add in a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who I think De'Aaron Fox is a much better defender. Maybe like I said, I'm a little high on De'Aaron Fox. I just love his athleticism as a defender, and I love the fact that he can beat guys in spots. I don't think he's Drew Holiday good or
Really
anything
good
like
hands,
that.
yeah.
But I think his hands stay busy. I think that he's a big ass guard that people try to get physical with, and it doesn't happen with him. And I think that really helps Wemby. I think that really helps Wemby as an interior defender, because when you thwart that offense coming into the lane, I think that you make life a lot less difficult on Wemby, right? So with that being said, I think this team defensively, I think they could be competent. But when you're talking about Oklahoma City, you're talking about Dallas, you're talking about Houston, you're talking about Cleveland, teams like that, I don't think that they're that good. So to your point, I think that we're looking at anywhere between, like I said, 45 to 48 wins. I think they're a play-in team that they could play their way into the playoffs. But I'd be surprised if they ended up winning a playoff series. I'd be surprised.
See, Chill. I'm the opposite with the Spurs. Nothing from the Spurs will surprise me this season, other than them going to the finals. I can even say Western. I can see him going to the Western Conference Finals. Other than them going to the finals,
you think Wemby is that good, bro?
Hold on, right quick. I'm not done.
Wow.
Other than them going to the finals, and other than them finishing with the first seed, I can easily see the Spurs doing what the Rockets did last year and actually finishing number 2 in the West. I think their defense has the potential to be that good, and they can stand on defense. They have Wemby, who has the potential to be. Like, Wemby could come out, and if I was to tell you guys, Wemby averaged 27,
11,
It's not
3
enough.
assists, 4
not
blocks. Well, I'm saying no. I'm not done though. I'm not done though. I'm saying Wemby has the potential to, like last year, Wemby was a top 10 player. If I was to say Wemby's knocking on that top 5 door this year, I don't think nobody would be surprised. And then if I was to tell you that De'Aaron Fox plays at an all NBA level this year, I don't think nobody would be surprised. So I'm saying you got an all NBA level point guard. You got a top 5 potential player. You got an amazing defense. You have a franchise in the San Antonio Spurs that is used to just winning, and they still have those characteristics and traits. You have a lot of young talent. You have savvy vets like Harrison Barnes. You got long wings. I would not be surprised if they finished in the 2-3 seed.
Yeah.
Now, with that being,
like there's optimism, and then there's this
Delusion.
I don't think that's delusion. I really do. Now, will they? That's a different question. I just said I won't be surprised if they are that good in the regular season.
This is like if everything goes perfect, because the issue I have, I don't even agree that the Spurs are going to be one of the elite defenses. Like, I'm off top, I'm going OKC, Orlando, Houston are going to have better defenses immediately. I don't even hesitate. Saying those teams
Dallas
have better defenses.
should.
Then I throw in the Dallas. Then I throw in the Clippers. I think those teams have better defenses. This is a defense that is like carried by Wemby. Like with Wemby on the court, yeah, they can perform at a top 5 defensive level. With Wemby off the court, they're going to fall off a cliff again this year. Like I think we can all see this is not a team that's going to be functional, not to an elite level defensively. Like if they're just a mid defense without Wemby, that's success. I would be more leaning towards they're going to be a bottom 10 defense when Wemby's off the floor.
I don't know, Mars.
7 defense with Wemby on the floor. I don't see.
I love.
The Bulls, I think we'll have a better defense too.
I love their defense. You add in Carter Bryant. You got Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox. Those are all. And these are like, okay, so Stephon played a good chunk last year.
Protect the rim. Yeah, Luke Cornett can protect the rim. That's valuable.
And so I'm saying like you added in good, valuable defenders.
You're right. You added great defenders. Ron, to your point, they're great defenders, but you got to keep this in mind. The shift from college or high school, G League, whatever the case may be, to the pros is a big leap. 5 of their players in their rotation players, 5 of them are on their rookie deal or rookies. Like they cannot. I mean, respectfully, that's not getting it done. And even with those numbers you dropped from Wemby 27-11, he's in the top 5. Individually speaking, that's not enough. Now, if you told me 35 and 18, I'm like, all right, now they might be in the the top 4. That's the numbers he needs. That's the numbers he needs to be. Mars, I'm just saying, for them to be in the top 3, he got to drop numbers like that. 27-11 is not enough. That's mediocre, respectfully, for him, for his ceiling. Let's put it that way. Let me make sure I say that respectfully. For his ceiling, 27-11 is mediocre. I know you're just giving hypothetical numbers. I love what they did. I love the draft. I love everything they're doing. They're building young. It's on the wall. De'Aaron Fox is not their future. They're going to figure something out. He's going to be. Don't be surprised. I'm telling you right now. Don't be surprised if he's on the move. You don't pick a point guard number 2 if you got your future right there. That just don't make sense. It just don't. I'm sorry. Respectfully, it don't make sense.
Maybe they're using him as a bargaining chip to get something else. Maybe
Dylan Harper as enough. Nah. I mean,
but Larry, you also got to understand too, though. Like I know Dylan Harper's a point guard, but especially with the way that the game's going, you could technically say LeBron James is a point guard.
Well, let's say okay.
Hold on, right quick. Let me just make my point though. With what I'm saying is these guards are humongous. Chill. How tall do you think Stephon Castle is? We seen him at All-Star Weekend last year.
He's 6'6", legit.
He was supposed to be a point guard coming in. I'm saying like all 3 of those guys can play together if they wanted to. They're that big. De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, and Stephon Castle can all 3 play together. They're legitimately that big. I'm saying the point I'm trying to make is and so that exactly. So like when you nowadays when you're drafting another guy as a point guard, that doesn't necessarily mean that this guy's out. You're just more so adding more playmaking. You're adding more talent. You're adding more flexibility to your roster. Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox are going to play together. Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle are going to play together. De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle are going to play together. They're going to share ball handling duties, and they're also going to make that offense and defense more dynamic because they're 6'5", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" guys that are explosive and can do a lot of things on the court.
I'm telling you now, what's today? October 8th at 10:19 on the West Coast. I'm telling you right now, De'Aaron Fox is going to get traded. He's going to get packaged for something, and I'm going to tell you why. Unfortunately, Ox, I know this is bad juju for you. Same thing with him and Halliburton. That the way De'Aaron Fox has made his bread, made his money, is being I'm ball dominant. They're going to give the ball to Dylan Harper. That is the future of their team. I don't call it point guard, call it shooting guard, call it lead guard, whatever word you want to call it. The spacing is not there with De'Aaron Fox and Harper. And if you don't have spacing, you do not win in NBA. You have to. That's like one of the most essential things in just sports in general. Not even just basketball, soccer, football, whatever. If you don't have spacing, you don't win. You got to be able to move around.
Larry, I do hear you. If you do believe that Dylan Harper is going to be that good, or if they believe that he's their point guard of the future, I just personally don't believe that Dylan Harper will be as good as De'Aaron Fox is today within the next 3 or 4 years. And I don't know if he'll ever be that good. De'Aaron Fox is, we just mentioned a top 10 point guard. I know they just drafted him at number 2, but how many guys have we seen get drafted at number 2 and they turn out to be boo-boo?
A lot. I mean, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is probably the worst. But to your point, he's making $37 million. If you can go, no, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is worse than James Wiseman. Absolutely. Sorry, we can have an argument about that another day, or a debate about it another day. But he's making $37 million. So you mean to tell me if there's a world out there where they can package him up, not get rid of him because he's not trash, but trade him and they'll get some more first round picks and just start stockpiling like the OKC has, stuff like that, and keep building for the future, they wouldn't do that?
Larry, didn't they just re-sign him?
You can re-sign somebody.
No. Just hear me out though. They just re-signed him. They gave him that money because they felt he was worth that money because they traded for him. They traded for him knowing that they needed to pay him that money. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, they're not going to give him that bread. They gave him $37 million because they're like, here, De'Aaron, you are worth this. You deserve this. You're our point guard.
I got two words. Blake Griffin. Detroit did it.
Yes, they did.
This isn't Detroit, though.
No. Don't wait, Ron. Don't
come on.
Don't move the goalposts. Don't move the goalposts. Spurs, the Spurs are not winning a championship next year. So with that, respectfully, they're not winning a championship next year.
What was Detroit's starting lineup that year?
No. Wait.
No. What was it? Actually, name me 5 players on that team with Blake Griffin.
Wait. Just wait a second. I'm explaining something to you that you said like they wouldn't have paid him X, Y, Z. He got traded from the Clippers, and they extended him, and they traded him 4 months later. So all I was trying to say is it's not unheard of. It's not crazy that they could trade him, especially if they're gonna get some first round picks. Because again, what we know in the NBA right now, OKC has shown us getting those picks, getting those first round picks is extremely valuable. They're valuable for sure. So again, I'm just saying out loud, if there's a team out there that needs a point guard, especially a lead guard or whatever position he wants to be called, and they got a 4 first round picks, they wouldn't take that.
I don't know if you get the 4 or 5 first round picks. I think the best argument though that could be potentially made as far as the Fox extension and paying him all that money. Mind you, there's a large portion of people that think that was a overpay what they just did with De'Aaron Fox. And so maybe the thought process could be, well, if we do move off of De'Aaron, we don't have to throw in so X amount of young players so we can like match salaries. Like we're gonna pay De'Aaron Fox 30-something, damn near $40 million a year. So if we do want to go like big game hunting to get like another premier superstar next to Wemby, we don't have to throw in like 3 or 4 extra contracts to make that work because we've paid
that would make sense
to eat a lot of that cap. But
real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. Hey, to your point, you know what's crazy? I know they talked about a little bit in the offseason. We talked about Milwaukee. I mean, it could happen. You know what I'm saying? Trade him to Milwaukee. You can give a couple pieces. Now you bring Giannis and Wemby together.
Kuzma for De'Aaron?
Hey, I mean,
hell no, Mars.
Hey, I'm just saying. It could be the other way around because Milwaukee don't have their own. Only have one number 1 pick. The rest of them are swaps. They can get some picks from San Antonio, some picks, De'Aaron, bring Giannis over. I mean, it could happen.
Hey, Larry, you thinking real big, and I like that. I love that. The Spurs got what it takes. Like it's a few teams, Spurs, OKC, I think Houston as well. They got crazy assets. So I mean, they really can go big game hunting. Like we out here hunting whales.
And just to ask a question though, respectfully to the group, would you feel Giannis would aid what the Spurs are trying to do and what they could do in the future more than De'Aaron Fox? Because you have a Dylan Harper, because you have a Stephen Castle, because you have.
If I could just give up De'Aaron and not my young pieces, I would go get Giannis if I was the Spurs.
So Mars,
they're going to have to give a couple of them though.
No,
or at least some draft picks.
I'll give up Devin. I would try to keep Dylan Harper.
And some picks.
But I'll give up Devin or Keldon, whichever one makes money work. I'll give up De'Aaron. I'll give up some picks.
Hello.
Carter Bryan, I'll be fine. I'd rather give up Sohan, but Carter Bryan, I'll be fine. Like as long as I keep Dylan Harper, Wemby, and then add Giannis to that, I'll be happy.
Chill. Why you bullshitting?
Wait.
Why you bullshitting? Chill. Chill. That didn't get it done. Chill. That didn't get it done.
That could get it done, Ron. That could get it done. But
if he asks out, yeah.
but
If he asks out, right.
First of all,
Wemby and
Giannis-
Giannis, yeah, me, Mars, and Chill can
Giannis
go
have
out
to
there and
force
be
his
the
way
other
out.
three on the court. Game.
But check it out though. But where what I think y'all are overlooking is the fact that the Spurs have a lot of talent over there.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? It's the Spurs have a lot of talent. I think we're overlooking Devin Vassell and Mars. I know you're overlooking Keldon Johnson, but I think y'all are overlooking that this team is pretty good. And I think they're looking at Victor Wembanyama like that was the reason to go get De'Aaron Fox, because they're not looking at Wemby's not ready to win yet. Wemby is absolutely ready. I'm not saying I think this team is ready to make a push like that, but they're heading in that direction. They're trending upwards. They're definitely trending upwards.
Everything I'm saying about the Spurs and the Mavs and the Rockets, and when we talk about the Memphis and the Pelicans, it's in the context of the goal of winning and being competitive in the West. My issues with the Spurs don't mean I think they're a trash team, but what we have to understand, 12 teams in the West are good teams. The Spurs are a good team, but me saying I think the Spurs ideal was they're an 8-9 seed competitive in the play-in. That's not a knock on the Spurs. That's me saying OKC, Houston, the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Timberwolves, the Warriors, the Mavs are just better. If I say those 8 teams or those 7 teams, however many I just listed, are better than the Spurs, that's not me saying the Spurs are trash. That's me saying these rosters have less flaws. These rosters are more built for the regular season, or these rosters are better in a playoff setting than the Spurs right now. It's more a testament to just we're gonna say this about every team when we do the West. We're gonna say this about every team. It's tough. The Spurs being the 9th seed in the West does not mean they are not good. It means there's 8 better teams. And
Ron, I know we got
my issues with the Spurs don't mean I think they suck. I'm not saying the Spurs are gonna win 24 games, but the Spurs could win 42 games and be the 9th seed. They could be a really good team and just struggle. So that's where I'm at with the Spurs. I just think they're a roster with slightly more holes, slightly more question marks. So I have them in the 8-9 spot.
And to your point, Mars, and really quickly, and to your point, Mars, the gap isn't really that big. It's not like it's substantial. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that defensively, there's some issues. But Ox, do you remember what happened in 2012 when the Lakers tried to trade for Chris Paul? David Stern said, "Okay, we ain't doing that. I dare you to try to get Giannis in San Antonio. I dare you." Adam Silver gonna be like, "Hell no. We ain't trying to do that."
I think
Luka can go to LA.
Adam
Luka
not
can
built
go
like
to
that.
LA. That's fine.
Chill, he's in Milwaukee.
Adam not. He's not David.
Adam not built like that.
The only
They got
thing
five. They got 5 first-round picks. They got 5 first-round picks in the next 5 years. Spurs. Give them those 5 picks.
You can't give up all those picks for Giannis. But on top of that though, Chill, the only issue that I could see him having with that is all the superstars coming to the West. I could see an issue with that. But I mean, I don't know. Adam Silver ain't built like exactly, Mars. Adam Silver ain't built like David Stern though, Chill.
I don't think he is neither, but I think he'll shoot this down. But
this is a real possibility as far as the outcome of a season for Wemby. Wemby can be incredible. Start getting placed in top 3-4 convos by the end of the regular season. Get to the playoffs, play a very physical matchup, drop off a cliff, and then there's going to be damn near everybody saying that he's overrated and not that player. I'm just getting people ready for that to happen. If he has a great regular season and then they run into Dallas with a really big front court or Minnesota, play him very physical, he can't handle the physicality yet in a playoff setting, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, he's overrated." I'm just
Why real talk? Would it be because he's a kid and I ain't there yet? Maybe that might have something to do with it. And it's the first time I've ever been in the playoffs.
Chill, that's my point. Chill out. That was my point around San Antonio in the beginning. They got so much youth to depend on for them to be successful. Most of these guys don't even know their role in the NBA. They don't even know what because they're not who they were in college. They weren't who they were in high school. They got to come in there and play a certain role. There's only one superstar, maybe a 2 with De'Aaron Fox. But other than that, none of these guys know what it takes to actually be a serviceable NBA player just yet. It takes some time. So I'll just jump my prediction. My prediction is they're 9-10. I think 8 is their cap, the best case scenario, just because the West is so loaded. if they don't make the play-in, I think that is a disappointment this season. They should definitely make the play-in in some regards, though. So,
all right, fellas. Here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna be able to talk about the Grizzlies, and we're not gonna be able to talk about the Pelicans like that. But what we are gonna do is we're gonna rank the 5 teams in this conference, and then by way of that, we'll see who we think is better between the Grizzlies and the Pelicans. Before we do that, though, I need you guys to like the video. Before we do that, I need you guys to subscribe and become members. And before we do that, I'm going to shout out our Hall of Famers. That's Multi-Kenny, Worldwide Mace Television, Joe Breezy, Cheese, Bulletproof, Vale, Rob Deere, Kingster, Small Boxes, my man Skeet Nielsen, Football Breakdown, R. Wade, and Brett Bovia. Oh, and also, by the way, I'm sorry to have to announce this, but we will be in Phoenix watching the WNBA Finals Game 4 this Friday, which means we won't be doing the PCL this Friday. But
We're gonna get to
it is just being deferred. We will get to it eventually. It's looking like in November we'll get to the PCL, so we'll still get to it, and there still will be a PCL champ. Mars got to come off that belt. But as of right now, the WNBA Finals is going on.
1250, and I don't appreciate that.
Hey, Real Talk said he need his bread, yo.
I do
Real
my
Talk said I need my
1250,
money.
man.
Real
Don't
Talk
worry,
said I
Real
need my
Talk.
money.
I got you.
Real
But
Talk
y'all,
said I need my bread, yo.
Before we get into these divisions, though, I do want to read some of the super chats. So let's see what the people got to say. Tupac Westside with another super chat. Tupac said, "Morning, Mad Max. I think there's less of a need of a true point guard, but if the players aren't good enough to create their own shots or the team doesn't have a good offensive system, then that's a problem." He's talking about the Houston Rockets.
I think that.
Go ahead, Real Talk. My bad.
I just think people have kind of lost. They don't see the value in having like a player that can genuinely bring the ball up the court consistently and get a team into like sets and stuff like that, and table set. That's valuable. Yeah, you would like your best player to be able to do that. That's what the NBA has transitioned into. But sometimes your small forward kind of still needs a point guard, or you know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Durant is a 4, he needs a point.
The hard part about this all though is that I feel like we're not like actually like watching the game in its entirety. I mean, when we talk about a set, the idea is to create a mismatch somewhere. Especially in the NBA today, they're switching absolutely everything. So if I bring the ball up, I kick it to Chill, I go down, I set a screen for Ox. I'm just trying to get a switch. As soon as I get a switch, the play's dead. Give me the ball, we're done. Like it's not like in high school or college where you come down, you run UCLA, or you do or you bring an Iverson cut. We're just trying to get somebody to just some level of movement, and then it's a level of ISO. And if the first action is for KD, I mean, once he gets the ball, what do you actually do? You send a double, he passes to somebody. Now the offense continues to flow. I mean, whether how much it depends on a point guard that needs, or a guard. I'm gonna stop saying point guard. It's gonna take a little minute, but a guard bringing the ball up, dealing with pressure, this, that, and the third. Yes, in the playoffs, that's something different. You know what I mean? Just because the way they play is more physical. But overall, the concept of basketball is fairly simple. You just need people who are talented and skillful enough to put the ball in the basket. After that, nothing else matters.
But I will still argue though, like, because of the shot clock, I do know you would agree, like a lot of ball pressure, and if you can't handle that ball pressure, and we're constantly forcing your team into late shot clock situations because everything is not happening in a timely fashion. Even though, yeah, if we get it to KD, yeah, eventually whatever we're running, right, we get to KD ISO, but if we're always getting the ball to KD with 6-7 seconds left on the clock consistently, and that can even turn into some bad possessions as well. Like, I hear what you're saying though, but like I still think it does come with some value. Like that was the concept of Minnesota having Mike Conley on their roster, even though like Ant's on the team and he can handle the ball, a lot of stuff like that. But you would like for there to be a guard that can kind of handle that table setting.
Absolutely, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. And I don't think. I think again, we're just missing. We're overlooking the importance of those really big, bulky, however you want to call it, power forward, center hybrids that can do a little bit of everything, like a Şengün. I'm not comparing to Jokic, so let me make sure I say that, put that disclaimer out there. But building to like create himself alone is going to open up the court for everybody else. Because you got to come to the help.
Fair enough.
All right, fellas. The next super chat is from Jonathan Frazier. Jonathan said, "Chill. In episode 383 or 9/4/2024, you said that you think Luka's game isn't gonna age well as Ants. You still think that? Not hating with this one, champ. We just checking your temperature. Chill."
I'm not on the fence about that. I think Anthony Edwards, I think athletically, I think he's just going to get so much better. He's improved every year at different things. And with him continuously doing that, I mean, I think his game is going to age really well. His game isn't predicated solely on flight and athleticism, but that does have a lot to do with it. And I think that even when he starts to slow down, he's got the long ball in his game. He's got that 2 dribble pull up. He said, greatness is boring. Why? Because I was in the gym for 2 hours shooting 2 dribble pull-ups at the mid-range and at the elbow. So, I mean, that's something that I can do for a long time, even when my athleticism starts to wane. So I think that his game is going to age really well. So no, I have not come off that. I'm still on that.
All right. Shy Rankin said, "Would it be better if basketball divisions worked like football divisions?" Mars?
No, I know what he's talking about.
I don't know how they work.
No, football, real football, Premier League football.
That's not what he's talking about.
No, that's not what he's talking about. So football divisions, football divisions, for example, you got the NFC, you got the NFC West, you got the NFC East, you got the NFC North, and you got the NFC South. So each winner of that division makes the playoffs. That's the way that works. And then you got the wild card. Yeah, and then you got 2. I think it's 3 wild card teams now, right? You got 3 wild card teams from that division. Now, depending on who the best team is, whether it's in the NFC or the AFC, you get a bye in the first round. So whoever's got the best record in the NFC, depending on whatever division they're in, you get a bye in the first round. Same thing in the AFC. So, I mean, if they did that in pro basketball, that would be the same thing as Ox talking about, like getting rid of divisions. And we got 16 teams. We got all 16 teams, 1 through 16. And does the first round, does the number 1 seed play the 16 seed, or does the number 1 seed get a bye in the first round?
No, see what I'm talking about isn't what they're doing in football at all. I'm talking about the best 16 teams in basketball. Like we do away with it. You know what I'm saying? Do away with the East versus West in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like everybody plays everybody 3 times. We don't play this team 2, them 3, them 4. Everybody plays everybody 3 times. I know what is that, Mars? What it adds an extra 6 or 7 games to your schedule, something like that.
87 games in total.
87, so it adds an extra 5 games to your schedule. Big deal. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But everybody plays everybody 3 times. I understand that, but you know what I'm saying. Everybody plays everybody 3 times. We go 1 through 16. The best teams make the playoffs.
All right. Speaking of the NFL and the divisions and the best teams making the playoffs, tonight, Wednesday, October 8th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern is where you can get the best NFL show out there. Make sure to tap in because not only will they be talking about the wild week of games last week, not only will they be previewing what's going to happen this upcoming week, but you will see a familiar face, as you can see on the screen right now, how shocked he is. Chilltown has a lot to say about his 49ers, and he will be there tonight to cook Swiper like he typically does, to cook Bama, to cook J-Rob, and everybody else over there. Plus, it will be a double function of the unctions. Chill and my man Corey will get a chance to really kick back and talk that football talk like they used to do back in the day. So you guys pull up and enjoy your time on the press box tonight.
Anybody but the Chiefs.
All right, the next super chat. The next super chat I got to
do with Ron. I don't.
Well, who, the Chiefs?
I don't want nothing else to do with them. I'm straight. I asked
You
for the rematch. I got it. I asked for the rematch. I got it. I'm out. I'm straight. I don't want nothing else to do with them dudes.
All right. We got some new members. The first one is Nap and Trey. Shout out to Nap and Trey. The next member that we have is 10 new members, courtesy of the membership MVP. He goes by the name of Cheese. He gifted 10 Players' Choice memberships. If you got a membership, make sure to set your account to automatic recurring payments so you can keep your membership in the future. And also thank Cheese in the chat. Drop a cheese emoji or just simply tell Cheese thank you. The next super chat is from the Trib One. The Trib One said JJ, Ja, Zach Edey, players who make the cap work, in 4 first-round picks for Giannis. Who says no, or would y'all trade Triple J instead of Ja? How y'all like this trade?
Giannis would say no to that. Giannis wouldn't let that happen. Giannis wouldn't let that. That's a crazy. That. I mean, he's going to a worse situation. Just in Memphis. I mean, now he might get shot. Respectfully. I'm not moving to Memphis. I ain't moving to Memphis for a worse situation. Hell no. And then on top of it, he's in the West. It's even harder. Like, nah, pause. I'm not. Nope. Absolutely not.
Basically, there's no sense in ducking bullets if you're not even going to be playing with Ja anyway. if Ja's in the trade, it don't make no sense.
If you play with Ja, you for sure gonna need a bulletproof vest.
Friendly fire? That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
7 foot run and dunk with 6 foot run and dunk. It's kind of crazy.
Yo, that's hey, it'll be a good show though.
Yeah, it will be entertaining.
Run and dunk, brothers. That's fire.
The Trib One also said, can y'all see the Sixers blowing it up, getting rid of Maxey and Embiid, or at least Embiid? If so, then who y'all think they'll shop to?
Embiid's not good. They can't trade Embiid. I don't think. I think what they would do is talk Embiid into retiring and getting some insurance money back.
Yeah, I mean, what's the market for Joel Embiid right now?
Yeah, that's exactly.
If you
It
really
should
wanted
be
to
non-existent.
it probably is. To be honest with you, real talk, I don't think that there's anybody that's really interested in Joel Embiid. As talented as Joel Embiid is, and as good of a player as he is, the fact that he's made of glass completely diminishes his value.
The Hornets will do it, chill. As long as LaMelo's not involved, the Hornets will do it.
Even with that contract?
Yeah, hell yeah. They just think about selling tickets in North Carolina at this point.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I mean, Ox, you're probably not wrong, but I just don't. I mean, the market for him. I mean, to whoever asked the point, yeah, I can see him blowing it up. Not getting rid of Maxey. He's young, but getting off PG's contract if you could, and Embiid's contract if you could. That would be a nice little reset. Man, they gotta get a lot of picks though. They gotta get a lot. I mean, because like I said, if Mikal Bridges gets 5, respectfully, I mean those two together, you gotta bring back. I mean, 8, 9 at the minimum for those two players.
I could see Embiid for Sabonis and Malik Monk. I mean, they just trying to sell tickets too, right? Hey, y'all Sacramento selling tickets.
We way better than the Hornets, man. Hey, Ron, look, we ain't shit, but we better than the Hornets, bro.
I mean, I gotta squint hard to realize to see the difference. I gotta squint real hard.
You need to get your. Maybe they'll trade them to the Seattle Superchats. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe so.
Ox said, I live in the projects, my apartment way nicer than yours. Fuck out of here.
Hey, I'm telling you like this. I don't claim to be shit. We ain't shit, but we better than them.
Give me a break. I definitely live in the project. My crib nicer than yours. You got rats and roaches running all around your space. Nah, my shit is clean. Nah,
hey, for a team that ain't worth a damn, we still got the best fans in the world. You know what I'm saying? So we do that, then yeah, I'm out of there.
Hey, chill. You know who Sacramento is right now? They the ones that got rats and roaches, right? But they blaming the neighbor. No, it's not us. It's the it's coming from next door. They got them rats and roaches. They coming over here. Nah, bro, y'all stink, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But you know the thing about that, real talk, is y'all gonna be fighting us for that last playing spot this season.
Who was y'all?
He bugging out.
No, he talking about the Lakers. Real talk ain't no real. He ain't no real Rockets fan.
Doncic led team in the play-in. Yeah,
take Hakeem off that wall.
That don't happen. that don't
You know I'm
happen.
not talking about the Lakers. That's Ron. Don't let
Okay,
Ron
yeah,
interrupt
yeah,
what me
yeah.
and you talking
No,
about.
what I'm trying to say is he ain't no real Rockets fan.
Who, real talk?
He never said he was.
Yeah.
Real talk always
Born
said he
in,
was a Lakers
I
born
might
in
be-
San,
I might be-
born
hey,
in San
I might
Antonio,
be re-
and
I
he
might be
currently residing in
representing the
LA.
Rockets this year on the network. You never know. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Okay. So, shout out to you. And shout out to the network. All right, y'all, but let's go ahead and get these teams' predictions for the Southwest Division, how we believe that they will finish. So this is going to be real easy. I'm going to ask you guys who's going to finish first. We'll go around the room. You guys will tell me who you believe will finish first. The team that gets the most votes will be first in that ranking. And then we'll go from 1 all the way down to 5. And we'll predict how this division will finish. So let's start it out. Mars, who you got finishing first in this division?
Houston.
Larry.
Houston.
Chill.
Dallas.
Ox.
Dallas.
Real talk. Yeah, let's see if you're a real fan now. Yeah, who you got?
We
the
are
regular
fans
season,
of
the
basketball,
Rockets.
real talk.
In the regular season, the Rockets. Yeah.
All right. So we got the Rockets at number 1 in the Southwest Division. Next up, who is it going to be? Chill and Ox, are you guys sticking with the Mavericks?
Yeah.
All right. Real talk, who do you have next? All right, Mars got Dallas.
Yeah.
Larry, you too?
Dallas.
All right. Mavs are number 2, so we got the Rockets at 1, the Mavs at 2, at 3. Is this easy?
Spurs.
Mars? Spurs? 1 for the Spurs? Mars?
Memphis.
1 for Memphis? Real talk?
The Spurs gonna be better than Memphis. Yeah, it's the Spurs.
Ox?
San Antonio.
Chill?
I'm taking San Antonio over Memphis.
Okay. Mars, would you care to elaborate why you think Memphis will be number 3 in this division over the Spurs and the Pelicans?
I think they're a better team. The only issue I have with Memphis is if they're going to be healthy, which is a very valid concern, by the way. Just to put that out there.
Very valid.
Considering
yes,
they're
it
not
is.
healthy right now. Wait, when's Jaren Johnson? Because Jaren Johnson missing the start of the season. How long is he missing? Does anyone know?
2 months.
Give me the Spurs. Give me the Spurs. Yeah, give me the Spurs. Give me the
Hold on,
Spurs.
he's missing 2 months of the season, or he's missing 2 months from when he got injured?
He got
I
his
think
toe-
it's
he
2
got-
months from when he got.
Give me the
I
Spurs. Give
think
me the
it's like.
Spurs.
I think it's like a month in the regular season. Let me see.
Don't
So
forget.
come back
think
around
I-
Thanksgiving.
Jack Eady's
Thanksgiving,
back
early December.
Yeah,
He got
yeah,
that toe turn.
If they're healthy, I think they're better than the Spurs, but they're not going to be better enough to where they can survive 2 months without Jaren Jackson and
Shit.
finish better than the Spurs. I don't think.
Well, one
So-
thing we haven't talked about though, I know just because we don't have time, but them losing Desmond Bain is going to
That's a big deal.
that's a
That is a
big
big deal.
that's a big deal. And not just they lost him, they didn't replace him. Shout out to KCP, he's a champion, but he ain't Desmond Bain. He's not 20. I mean, he's not, because remember, there's a point when Ja went out, when he was going through his stuff, Desmond Bain was dropping 30 balls. So I'm just saying, like, without that kind of level of scoring, it's going to be tough. They're not going to have the same kind of looks that they got before because they don't have, again, no floor spacing.
All right, y'all. So the update on Jaren Jackson.
Don't he got 2 rings? He won LA.
Yeah, with the Lakers,
Yeah.
the Lakers and
He does.
Denver. Yes, sir.
And Denver, yeah, too. Shout out, my bad.
Oh, Denver. That's right, Denver. I
Yeah.
was like, where was
Yeah,
that?
it was
That's
in
right,
Denver.
Denver. Okay.
But
Started on
triple-
both them teams too, Ox. Just so you're clear.
Yeah.
Started on both
Thank
them.
you, that
crews.
damn trade.
I mean, they still got worse with that trade though. They still got worse with that trade.
Yeah, they traded for a
I
bucket of
think y'all
extra.
sleep on Jalen
literally.
Wells though.
Literally,
I like
traded
Jalen
for
Wells.
But as for Jaren Jackson Jr., last Friday they announced, well, 2 Fridays ago, the 26th, September the 26th, they announced that he's expected to return in 4 to 6 weeks, which means the 4-week mark would be this month, the 24th, Friday, October 24th, which means he could actually come back the opening week. And at the latest, with at the 6-week mark, that would be November 7th, so the first week of November. So really,
What about
he would
Edie and
only
Clark, bro?
miss 1 to 3 weeks. I'm not too sure about Edie and
I'm
Clark.
telling you that turf toe ain't nothing to play with. So I mean,
It's serious.
It's serious. They gonna take their time because if he get hurt again, it's going to be even more extended. So to your point, Ron, you're reading facts right now, but at the same time, they're going to take their time with him. That turf toe ain't nothing nice.
Right.
Zach Edey is 6 to 9 weeks. So his would be either at the soonest, barring no setbacks, he'll be back on the 7th, and at the latest, he'll be back on the 28th of November. 7th of November or 28th of November.
So real talk, we basically got a 100-meter race, and I'm already 20 meters behind before the race even starts. Yeah. And then y'all expect me to catch up with this crew in the West? Good luck.
Now, when they are healthy, I do like their squad, though. Like I like their squad. I actually do think they have some spacing too with Jalen and depending on if KCP wants to be able to shoot a ball again. That's of course.
Good luck with that.
I mean, the thing about it is y'all talking about Memphis, but I'm like, I got Memphis being the worst team in the division. Zion just lost 120 pounds, bro.
So you have the Pelicans 4th in the division?
Yeah, I do.
All right, chill. Who do you have 4th in the division?
I want to get on that train, Ox. I do. I want to get on that train.
It's comfortable.
I want to get on that train, but that
chill. They got all type of comfort. All type of comfort foods on that train.
You got first class, Ox?
See, that's the problem, Ron. What you just said. They got all kind of comfort. They got all kind of comfort foods on that train, and it's an overnight train, so it ain't ridiculous for me to open up my eye while I'm sleeping and see Zion ass in the refrigerator.
Well, not necessarily chill. So when they serve you your food, it's like at the old folks' home. They serve you your food, and then they put the pills right there on the them little cups. They put little pills in there too. So after you eat, you take them pills, and the fat will just fall right off you.
I'll tell you what.
Where them pills at?
I'm gonna do, Ox. I'm gonna get on this New Orleans train, but I'm standing by the door. That's what I'm doing. I ain't sitting down. I'm gonna get on this New Orleans train, but I'm not sitting down. I'm gonna stand by the door.
So you're taking them.
I got my feet kicked up. Chill. I'm chilling.
Ron, Memphis is gonna be banged up. They could be the worst team in the Western Conference. Like, let's be clear about this, Ron. They lose their guys for 2 months. You know what that could be in the West? You can end up being worse than Utah. That could happen. You digging yourself out that kind of hole in 2 months.
It's not crazy to say that.
It's not ridiculous. All right, so chill. You have the Pelicans then?
Yes, I'm on this train. But I'm standing by the door. I'm not sitting down yet.
All right, all right. Larry, who you rocking with?
Man, that's tough. I'm gonna put New Orleans at the tail end. I don't trust the backcourt. I don't trust the backcourt with the DeJounte Murray and Jordan Poole as their backcourt. And then the thing with Zion that always stressed me out is that the man don't rebound. I mean, historically, he does not rebound. For someone that big and athletic, I need to be having double-digit rebounds at the minimum. And because he don't rebound,
Trey Murphy and Herb Jones ain't moving you?
as we talked about all day, the backcourt situation, getting the ball to the court, blah, 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 blah. It goes both ways. We got to do it for everybody. We can't just do it for Houston, just for Dallas, whoever it was. DeJounte and Jordan Poole, I don't trust Jordan Poole at all, first and foremost. So I'm just gonna say that out there right now. So I don't know who I'm gonna get. He ain't gonna be the Warriors Jordan Poole no more because I think Draymond punched that out of him. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead.
The Pelicans got the third best league guard situation in the conference right now. Obviously,
in the conference or in the division?
I'm sorry, in the division. In the division. Okay. Besides, obviously, besides Memphis,
real talk.
I was
legit thinking like,
yeah. I was like, hold on, no, but to answer your point, I do like Trey and Herb, and I mean, just be talking about it. I think those are pieces you might have to float them around. Those two people right there, they can really help a team get them over the hump. They can take a team and make them a championship contender, depending on who they go to. So. I mean, I don't believe in their roster construction right now. If you look top to bottom, it just looks messy, honestly. I mean, for a minute, they didn't even have a center. They got Kevin Looney. I mean, nothing against Looney, but
he rebounds.
He will get on the glass.
Yeah, he'll get on the glass, but I mean, Zion need to do it too.
Yeah. Chill. Jordan Poole's better than D'Lo, right?
No.
Oh, okay. My bad.
No, he is.
I thought he was for sure better than D'Angelo
Russell. Yeah, he is.
Did you see his years in Washington?
No.
D'Lo ain't never had a year like that.
His first year in
Last
Washington.
D'Lo ain't never had a year like that.
His-
D'Lo ain't
His
never had a year
first
like
year,
that.
no, well, D'Lo's rookie year stunk, but his first year in Washington,
Kobe.
he was bad. Last year, I think Jordan Poole was good.
Jordan Poole was good last year.
His first year in Washington was egregious.
So I mean,
But
okay,
last year,
let's
I
just
think he
put
was fine.
Mars. Let's just put them together then on average. He's
No,
not
I'm
that-
not gonna put them together because that was a major improvement. I'm not gonna hold.
So last year in Washington when they won like 4 games, he was good.
Yeah, he was good. The team was
How does
bad.
that make sense? He's not good if they win 4 games.
You can be good on a bad team.
No.
Yes.
No. We talked about this last time I was on here. Last time we talked.
No. Yes.
No.
Yes, you
no,
can.
cannot.
When I say good, I'm not saying he.
Well, Larry, that
all-star.
logic doesn't
I'm
work.
saying he's better than D'Angelo Russell. Like
The reason why that
you
logic
can be
doesn't
better
work.
than D'Angelo Russell and play on the Wizards. That's possible.
By show of hands, real quick, Ron,
D'Lo
by
finished
show of
the
hands,
season on the Nets.
right? How many?
He was
How many?
trash.
He was an
He
all-star.
wasn't that bad. Yeah, he actually
He was an
wasn't
all-star.
that
He was
bad.
an all-star.
6 years ago.
He was
6
all-
years ago, he was an all-star.
He's still all-star.
He was an all-star before Jordan Poole got drafted. What we
No.
doing?
What I'm asking
It was the
is,
year Jordan Poole got drafted.
by
In
show of
February
hands,
2019,
before-
D'Angelo
is it
Russell was
before-
an all-star.
is it
Jordan Poole
before-
got drafted in June 2019.
Okay.
I'm not.
How many-
No, I'm not doing
on a scale from 1 to 10,
disgusting for me.
on a scale from 1 to 10, Oklahoma City being 1, Utah being 10. How good is the Milwaukee Bucks? On a scale from 1 to 10.
5.
5.5.
Yeah,
Okay,
about
so
a six.
that sounds around average. And why are they
Yeah.
that good?
Four
Why
and a half,
are they
maybe.
that good?
Kyle
Giannis.
Kuzma.
Giannis.
Yeah, Kyle
That's the point, Larry. You could be on an average to a below average team.
No.
and still be awesome.
Chill. Real quick to beat that up real quick. Giannis plays is good enough to where he can get you a win. Jordan Poole can't play well enough to get you a win.
Jordan Poole got them 2 wins against Denver.
100% he did that last season.
Ooh.
He 100% did that last year.
Cooked to you.
Yes, he
We can move on.
did.
Yeah, we can move on. You got cooked. We can
He
move on.
100% did that last year.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can move on. That's cool.
Yo, all right. So I still need 2 more votes. Larry took the Grizzlies. Mars, who you got?
It's really gonna be whichever team's healthier. I'm gonna be honest. I think Memphis have the makings of a better team, but they're already hurt. So I'm gonna just say I'm gonna bet on them sustaining injury more than New Orleans. Although I know the Zion part of the equation, so I'm gonna say New Orleans will be 4th and then Memphis 5th, solely because of injuries. Crazy because I had Memphis 3rd like 4 minutes ago.
All right.
Fully healthy, I still think they're 3rd. I just don't think they'll be healthy.
Real talk. Who are you siding with?
Yeah, I'm going Pelicans because I want to see Memphis last to piss off a Memphis fan that I know. So
Oh, Mario.
W agendas. W agendas. Yes,
but I
sir.
do like the Pelicans starting 5 too, though, if they can stay healthy. I like
Who is that
Poole,
Slam fan?
Poole, Herb, Trey, Zion, Misi.
Who I'm gonna be
Yeah.
paying
I'm
attention
intrigued.
to.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, that's a cool little starting.
I'm gonna
five.
be watching the Pelicans. I know that. I'm gonna be watching
Him
them.
too.
So.
You know what, real talk? I didn't realize this until Monday when you lightweight accused me of it. You got some agendas, bro.
I don't
You-
know.
I didn't know. I was oblivious.
Real talk,
I never
talking
picked up
agenda
on it.
king. Real talk.
Yeah, I did not know.
100%.
You are a habitual agenda pusher.
Yes.
Not at
He'll
all.
disguise his,
Hey,
he'll
I ain't
disguise
mad
his
at it.
agendas under the guise of you guys tell me.
Yeah, that's what he'll do.
Hey,
You have the
Hey,
agenda.
good at it, bro.
If
You're
everything
good at
you
it.
guys
I like
tell
it.
me is true, then this must be the case. So he'll just push his agendas and then blame everyone else's narratives for why his agenda exists. And I'm like, oh, you got it. Good for you, man.
Hey, but the
And
thing
Mars
about it,
also
some of my
right
agendas
quick.
align with yours.
Hey, also too, real talk. You get the same Mars tax because you got that deep Southern pastor accent. So we believe you giving us the truth, and then you'll say it with pace and all of that, and I believe that, and then you'll kind of sway us into that.
No, Ron. We know if you
Real talk,
we
no,
know
chill. When real talk get to talking, I'll be getting ready to pay my tithes, and I'll be like, hold on,
Yeah.
now I up the church house. Let me put this back in my pocket.
Real talk-
actually digging into the savings
Yeah,
money.
no, he'll deceive you into
I only
pay.
got
Yeah.
$3.
Yep.
But
Nah,
all right,
man,
y'all, we
look,
got some super chats.
I
What's up?
don't push no agendas. Look, All I do is I have my own opinions. I see that they usually are on the contrary to a lot of people. So I go based off what the consensus is, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'll go off that. But if we do go off what y'all are telling me, then when y'all are wrong, I'm gonna hold y'all accountable. That's it. That's all. It's whatever.
I ain't got no agendas, but this is how I push my agendas.
That's not how I push it. That's not a
Yeah.
All right, we got super chats. Let's go ahead and make it happen. And by the way, these are our predictions for the Southwest Division. We got at 1 the Houston Rockets, at 2 the Dallas Mavericks, at 3 the San Antonio Spurs, at 4 the New Orleans Pelicans, and at 5 there is going to be somebody pissed off in the chat because we have the Memphis Grizzlies. That's how we see the Southwest Division rolling out. But all right, y'all. Speaking of agendas being pushed, lo and behold, would you looky here? We got a super chat from Tyler. Let me put you right up here. Tyler says, shout out Ox, Penn, and Ron for always showing love to the Spurs. But real talk, you are from San Antonio and you are a Rockets and no. Real talk, you are from San Antonio and you are a Rockets and Lakers fan. That's nasty work.
First of all,
Mr. Tyler, I am not from San Antonio. Ron completely made that up. That's I don't even know why he said that. Right?
Show your birth certificate. Show your birth certificate.
That's because I was born somewhere.
Show your birth certificate.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, no. I'm from
this boy got San Antonio written all over him. Look at him.
Okay, little nigga. Okay. Keep playing.
It's all right.
You see why I'm boxing this dude when I see him? You see why I'm boxing when I see him? Okay.
Yeah.
But
we ain't gonna get
real
to
talk
the
for a
business
for a
when I see you.
small fee. Real talk for a small fee. Get that done for you. But
Okay, no, you know what? Hey, we'll talk about
real
that.
talk, you think you be swindling? Hey, that small feet. Hey, you better read the fine print. Hey, if you don't know Northern California niggas, I do. You better read that fine print. Dave.
I got trust in Ox. I believe Ox can take care of that for me. Take care of that for me.
I'm swinging on this dude when I see him. I'm just telling y'all right now. I'm swinging on him when I sprint.
Hey, and hit him a few times for me too, Chill.
Yeah, I'm swinging on him when I see him. It's not even a question about
He's gonna have to swing a few times to hit me a few times.
Mm-hmm. So I'm swinging on this dude when I see him. I didn't get the opportunity. I didn't get the opportunity to do it last time because we were suited and booted and we ain't had to, But when I see him this time, yeah, I'm swinging on him when I see him.
No, Morris, that's the point I was trying to make. To hit me a few times, he got to swing a few times. And he only gonna be able to get one off.
Mm-hmm. That's all I need. The one hitter quitter.
All right, Davo said, your man said Giannis ain't going nowhere. Are you still sure about that? Heard he and his team are discussing possible destinations after Knicks talks.
Ron, Mars, what year are we in now of Giannis leaving Milwaukee?
6, 7.
I was thinking at least year 5 that Giannis is out of
It's been a
Milwaukee.
while.
And we still doing this. I'm good. I'm straight.
All right. It's okay said, did y'all see the Bucks preseason game? If y'all did, what did y'all take away from it? And please get Kuz out of there. I can't take this shit no more.
I saw Kuz running to
I saw some Kuzma possessions. That's all I saw.
I saw Kuzma running to the corner. I saw a lot of that. I like Gary Trent's shot selection. I thought they looked good. I do. I thought Milwaukee looked good. They're gonna be better than what people think they are.
Also, to the 199 super chat that asked about who's more talented between Dirk and Embiid, the answer is Joel Embiid.
Yeah, true.
But we can.
There you go.
Talent, Ox. Now who's better?
I'm with you, Ox. I'm with you, Ox. I'm gonna take Dirk. I'm taking
which term,
I'm taking
which
Dirk.
word, how you try to bend it? No, sir.
I think
That's fine.
I
It's 199.
think Joel
so
Embiid.
we can't debate it. We're not allowed. But
To your point, Mars, I think Joel Embiid maximized his talent. I think Dirk had more of it. He just got hurt. That's all.
All right.
the Embiid maximized Embiid I saw was better than Dirk. So.
Hello 55 said, wouldn't the defense be better though because of the Brunson and Giannis swap plus the playoffs? And I don't think the Bucks pool want Cat? That the Bucks want Cat already? Oh, Cat with Miles?
I mean, yeah, we weren't saying what's realistic about the Bucks accepting the trade. It was just if it was up to us, we would choose to trade Cat before Brunson. I don't think the Knicks are getting Giannis regardless, and I don't think the Knicks are getting Giannis for Brunson or for Cat. But if I could choose, I would choose to get Giannis for Cat.
We live in such a 2K world. The minute somebody said that they interested in going somewhere, we getting Giannis. Oh shit, we get. No, you not. No, you are not. No, you're not, Larry.
Well, I mean, if the Lakers say they getting Giannis, I might be inclined to agree.
Yeah, I thought LeBron was
Gabe
gonna
Vincent
say
and
his
some
old
picks
ass was
apparently getting
retiring,
done.
so
And
next
he's
year
going
we'll
to
get
San Antonio.
Giannis.
He's going to San Antonio. Watch. He's going to
Or
San
he's probably
Antonio.
I'll take Giannis in
probably
Houston.
staying
I'll
in
take Giannis in Houston.
All right, while you playing. Omar Shorts said, Ox, if Ime can make it work in Boston, he can do it in Houston. And wasn't Indiana playmaking as a team? Why can't Houston do the same by moving the ball?
Look at the difference in personnel in Indiana last year and this year with Houston. I'm not even going to address the Boston talk. I'm not even going to address that.
I'm gonna be honest. Comparing them to Indiana when quite literally you couldn't get two more polar opposite teams. I'm fairly certain if I check the numbers, Indiana led the league in passes per game, and Houston were dead last in passes per game. Like they are literally. Oh, they were second in passes per game. Sorry, got mistake with number one. But Houston were dead last by over 5 passes a game. Yeah, they're not even in the same stratosphere in terms of how they play. It's not. You couldn't compare.
Oh man,
You couldn't compare more opposite teams. Couldn't be more opposites at all.
The Warriors last year were the definition of just passing just to be passing, bro. That shit wasn't leading to nothing but another step.
Jimmy Butler in the middle of the lane, jumping
the Nets might lead the league in passes per game, but it depends on how many times they pass to MPJ and Cam Thomas, because that can mess up the formula. But if they like swing it 6 times before they just give the ball to MPJ, they might lead the league in passes because they got a bunch of guys who gonna do nothing but pass to each other.
Shout out the Nets.
Hey, Ron, you saw how good Indiana looked yesterday?
I seen Benedict Mathurin getting busy.
They look good last night.
Did y'all see what happened to DeLon, right?
Yeah. He'll be all right.
I mean, I'm sure he will, but that shit was crazy. He got knocked out. That was crazy.
MTHJ301 said, my bad, chill. All second options, no injuries, except the Bucks, Wizards, Hornets, Bulls, Nets, Jazz, Pelicans, Phoenix, Portland are better than Scotty. All the second options on these teams are better than, or except these teams are better than Scotty. And then he also said Jalen Duren grew 3 inches. Now he's 7'1".
You know what was so hilarious? I saw yesterday, man, and I'm so glad you brought it up yesterday. The fact that I don't know whatever you all believe in, God, the universe, karma, but the fact that shit didn't even let Penn live that shit off for like 12 hours is actually insane. Shitting on Aiden for 1 point, and then his favorite player comes right back and scores 1 point, and he has to try to write a dissertation as to why that was okay.
He did.
Scotty.
He did.
But that's because you guys were abused by your parents, guys.
And blamed it on child abuse. That was the worst part. You blamed it on child abuse.
Me getting my ass whooped is the problem. That
was kind of nasty. I ain't gonna lie. That was very nasty.
That's gonna be intellectually curious, man. Come on.
All right, so I got another super chat from Junebug. Junebug said the defensive coaching was bad. Sean Sweeney will make a difference. A lot of players were playing below their defensive potential. We were tanking. That means nobody believes your ass, Junebug. But thank you for the super chat. I hope you guys improve on defense. Next up, we have a super chat from Adam West. The Adam West said, this goofy didn't watch Jordan Poole. Who's the goofy?
Gotta be me. I know you're not. I mean, give me a spotlight. So go ahead and finish it off, Ron.
Adam West, the Adam West, said this goofy didn't watch Jordan Poole. It's a massive gap between year 1 Poole and year 2 Poole in Washington. Bro, just remember year 1 and just remembered year 1 and is just saying bullshit.
I mean, if in reality, watching basketball is more than just putting the ball in the basket for me personally. So whomever this individual is, I'm far from goofy. In fact, when it comes to basketball IQ, I might be up there with some of the greats. I mean, I'm happy to sit down with him or whomever it is, whenever he wants, and break down play for play with Jordan Poole and how he
talk to me
and how he impacts the game. Because at the end of the day, Jordan Poole is an empty bucket. His basketball does not generate any win percentages or win shares, which you will see this year in New Orleans. And I'll drop the mic on that one.
Adam West, that sounded to me like, watch how you talk to me, homeboy. I don't know who you used to talking to, but watch how you talk to me. That's what that sound like.
It's always cool because we're up here. We always get to have the last words. And like they can't do nothing. Like, they just type it. It's just like trying to defend themselves. But like
he's sick right now. Hey,
yeah, so it's tough.
Sick.
Like you can't lose these back and forth like every time.
Damn, Mr. West.
You literally can't get what you need to get off. But I'm gonna read in the chat to see when Adam West talks. But like
he dropped the mic on you, Adam. All right, the next super chat is from MTHJ301 with yet another super chat. MTHJ said Club 520 brought it up this morning. Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Nikola Jovic, Terry Rozier, and picks for Giannis, Thanasis, and probably Cole Anthony.
I mean, I think they're all worth talking about, but at the end of the day, remember, Giannis is, I mean, he's quoting like he wants to win. Like he really cares about his legacy. Sending him to Miami, of course, Miami's Miami. Everybody want to be there, but they're not a better team. Like I keep mentioning the Spurs because they're instantly top 3, 4, 5 in the NBA, not just in the West. Like instantly, he goes to Miami, he's still fighting for 5, 6, 7. So that's the tough part. They're not better than the Cavs. They wouldn't be better than the Knicks. Off top, they wouldn't be better than the Magic. So I think it's important to keep that in mind as we talk about these trade scenarios for Giannis. He wants to win and win right away.
Can't hear you, Ron. Can't hear you, Ron. Turn your microphone on.
Y'all can't hear me?
Now you hot. Now you hot, Ron.
You want to know the reason why y'all can't hear me?
Wow, Ron.
I can't redo that ad read, but go get your Raycon earbuds. 100-3200 said, I promise y'all, 1, we don't want or need Giannis. 2, those Giannis trade talks were BS. The Knicks gonna be fine, or gonna be more than fine.
I'm excited.
I agree. I don't think the Knicks need Giannis at all. But if you can get him for Cat, get him.
I don't think Milwaukee would do that. I mean, a cat in Miles is crazy.
Right, I'm with you. I agree.
J Boy
Robinson, if he can stay healthy, it's kind of.
What? How do you guys feel about the Knicks? Are they the best team in the East? If they let's just say hypothetically, they swapped Giannis for Cat and let's say Cat and Mikal.
Whoa.
No.
Let's do Cat, Josh Hart, a couple picks.
And Josh Hart.
All right, Cat and Josh Hart.
Can y'all imagine Cat and Miles Turner playing basketball together?
To win it all.
Cat and Miles Turner together playing basketball. Is that?
They might be, yeah. They might be, yeah.
We are definitely the worst interior defensive team. Definitely.
Cat and Miles Turner.
How many threes y'all shooting a game?
I mean, I don't know. There's a team that employs Jokic.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
they gonna be out there spraying that thing. They're gonna be out there having a shoot off.
When I tell you, I would never watch the Milwaukee Bucks game.
I'm talking about they gonna call them the splash centers.
Good God, man. That's some bad basketball.
Hey, I'm here for it.
Hey, Josh Hart
fans
retired.
would be forgiven. I think Bucks fans would be forgiven for not watching that team.
All right, chill.
Fellas, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Larry Ladd, good to talk to you, brother.
Hey, no, chill. We gonna see you tonight.
Oh yeah.
Wild week.
Let's go.
All right, y'all. We got a couple more super chats, and then we gonna go ahead and get up out of here. The next one I got is from At the Buzzer Sport. Some guy who talks sports at the buzzer. He said, "You need a true PG in the West, especially for OKC."
I'm not saying you need Tyus Jones. I'm just saying you need someone who can handle the ball against pressure. Like, I'm not saying go get these pure point guards who put no pressure on the defense and just table set. I understand there's room for them in the NBA, but I'm saying you need someone who can initiate offense under pressure and isn't a turnover machine while attempting to do it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who those players are, but I'm not saying you need Tyus Jones. Although I think Houston could do with Tyus Jones for what it's worth. But like, there's more options than just those types of point guards.
I'm so high on OKC defensively and so low on Amen Thompson as a primary ball handler that if he does it well for that one game in opening night, that'll give me a lot of optimism. If he could do it for one game against OKC and not,
I mean, I watched Jalen Green give OKC buckets.
I mean, I guess that's true. He did. I saw it.
Reason for optimism, man. That's what I needed.
OKC is going to beat Houston by about 20 on opening night. Bro. It's going to be about 20. It's going to be about. I'm not shaking your hand. There's going to be about 20 turnovers, bro. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of turnovers.
I wouldn't be surprised if OKC had 20 turnovers too.
Both teams can force turnovers. That's what both teams can do that. But Shea is one of the best at not turning the ball over.
Highly doubt it, Ron. Highly doubt it.
Who you got winning the game, Ron?
I got the Rockets. Yeah, I'm a real Houston nigga. Yeah.
Yeah, Rockets winning ring night.
I don't want to do that. So whatever.
JMC said, "You think a man can be on par with 2012 Russ?"
Just saying, in his career or next season?
Pretty sure he said next season.
I don't see many similarities between a man and Russ. I've seen Real Talk say a men's more athletic, and I've seen Ox get mad at Real Talk for saying that.
I wasn't mad. I just disagreed. But like I said in that like I said in that conversation, Amin is such a great athlete that it's really kind of like whoever you want. But I'm just tired of the Russ. I'm tired of the Russ and the Amin comparisons. Russ is by far better than Amin Thompson. All right.
Oh yeah, better player
by far. Like by far, he's way better than Amin Thompson. It's not even close.
And for those of you out here who obviously watch the show and you only get to see things from the outside looking in this whole StreamYard setup where we all meet and stream the show, there's a private chat. And right now in that private chat, Larry is absolutely frying Mars. Woo, he doing Mars dirty right now in this private chat. I wish I could put it on the screen and I wish you guys could see what's going on, but we really don't have the time to do all of that. So I'm going to read this next super chat from Jay Boyd, 324. Jay Boyd said, shout out to y'all on this Wednesday, fellas. Keep going.
I want y'all to know I put my phone up here and I'm recording that private chat. So if y'all want it, just hit my cash app.
Hey, I love it. Nice. I love it.
How much you charging, Ox?
You don't need to worry about that, Ron.
Hey, well, whatever he's charging, I got a better price. I swear I do. I swear I do. But, all right, so I got one more super chat before I get up out of here. And it's from Sorry Key. Sorry Key said, Otani better. I agree. October really the best sports month. You got the MLB playoffs. You got the WNBA finals. You got the start of the NBA season. You got the not necessarily the meat and potatoes of the NFL season, but the NFL season's really heating up. You got college football. It doesn't get too much better than that. Hockey for sure just started up. It is a hot month, and all I know is one thing, real talk. We cooking everything in Detroit today. I'm talking about the Big Dumper better. My man Bryce Miller better. The Seattle Mariners are better. L James B. L Detroit Pistons. L Detroit Tigers. L Detroit Lions. L Isaiah Thomas. L Bad Boys Pistons. L Big Sean. L everything in Detroit. We cooking them fools. We out of here.
L Henry Ford.
Christmas.
Facts. L Henry Ford. L everything in Detroit.
L Motown.
L that big ass brim Ron got on that hat.
We're gonna talk offline.